What's up, everybody? It's Make It Make Sense. I'm so glad that I was able to get these people to agree to come to this mess of a channel again. We got my girl Jamie, that's me.
What's up, y'all?
Gabor.
What's good?
And Rodney the Voice.
I love when Rodney do that. I love when he does that.
Okay, we're gonna start out of order. So, do we want to do the breaking news first?
We could do whatever.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I guess because I don't want us to forget about it. If we're talking about the episode, we could.
But that was the beginning of the episode, though.
We got two. Okay, we got two breaking news stories. Let's start with Ashley. Acknowledging who it was on the phone call that was saying that Stacey was the spawn of Satan and had broke up her family.
What we heard on that recording was essentially that there had been confirmation from one of Monique's children that
the girl,
he or she, and she has a daughter and two sons, someone had heard.
Just to point out, they said on the stage she, so it's the daughter.
Oh, I heard her say he.
I heard she on the actual reunion.
Yeah,
they said we would believe her. Meaning it was a woman on the phone, and now we know that it's one of the kids, so it has to be her daughter.
I thought I heard him.
I thought I heard her. Like,
okay,
we're gonna believe her.
I do remember them saying
their father speak.
You remember what?
I do remember them saying that at the reunion. Ashley tried to clean it up by saying her or him.
But it was her. Did you hear her or him? Did you hear her or him?
I heard her too.
No, I'm saying that with Mims, I'm saying I agree with Mims that I remember them saying her at the reunion. But on the stage, Ashley tried to clean it up by saying him or her.
You don't have no goddamn business, and you over here. Your whole storyline is talking about other people.
Yeah, they said on the chat. They said it was him. They said that she said him. I thought I heard her say him because when the girl said when Wendy said, "What do you believe?" She said, "I believe him." That's what Monique said.
She said, "Of course, I'ma always believe my child." That's what she said.
Okay. Oh, look at Jamie under this comment.
To someone and asked, "Who is Stacey?" Mind you, they have no idea what the show is going on. Right. They don't have any idea of all of that, but somehow they had heard this name and asked Monique about it. And unfortunately, there's a lot of legality right now with what Monique is going through, so she couldn't share it, which really sucks. But when we all heard it, when I tell you jaws were on the floor, baby.
So that was at the reunion, and this is now.
Before we get into Monique, can I just say,
don't read my comment, man.
I just want to say that for Ashley to be like Monique is going through a lot of legalities, then why would you get on the platform and expose that it was her child if you saw that Bravo was bleeping it out? And this be the stuff I be talking about with Monique. Like, you over here so ready to be buddy with a woman that's an op.
Preach it.
It's sad. Like, but you know, you gonna get God. Let them be on the show long enough. You gonna get it.
Because what type of mother would even get her child involved in this BS on this show? Because you got your child involved in this, and the child got to go over to their daddy's house at one point. So you got your child involved in some mess with this grown stuff. You were supposed to protect your child. You said that you didn't even really care what happened. It's not giving healed. I'm not seeing healed. You put your child in harm's way. And so now Ashley could be on platforms talking about your kids, and Jazzy could be on platforms talking about your kids because you got your kids on recordings at the reunion. Even though they didn't show it at the reunion, they still going to be asked and they're going to talk about it. You didn't protect your child.
I don't have anything extra to add to that. I think Monique has been, like they said, what did the mama call her? A trifling.
Did I get that helper together?
I think she's been there since the beginning. But you can't really put too much past somebody who was living in their Durango. They're gonna do what they got to do to make sure they'll never have to live in the Durango again.
Shit, I forgot about
it. Just makes no sense to me that Monique is the same person who said that this was a look check, and girl, you gonna bounce back to that look check, and girl, you're playing recordings of a conversation you have with your child. Yeah. It makes no sense because you're saying that you're going through issues with your ex-husband when it comes to co-parenting, and the children are not allowed to be on camera, but you secretly record, or I'm not going to say secretly, you record your children, go to the reunion when you're already having issues with your ex-husband due to co-parenting, and you play a tape of your child speaking. I've been telling y'all about Monique.
Okay, I'm been telling you
for a very long time.
Yeah, true.
But it wasn't even, the thing about it is, it wasn't even concrete evidence. It was nothing that was tying Stacey to anything. And this is what I say about children. You can't believe children in everything because they don't have the full context that's going on. All they said was, from what Ashley said, that they heard Chris on the phone with Cookie and Stacey name being brought up, and the kid went back and asked Monique, who is Stacey? That's nothing.
Let me be.
I got an echo.
Let me be honest about Monique. The issue that I have is you out here calling some man pastor holy whore, and you're a whole mistress. Now, what people do is oftentimes they vilify Chris. And if Chris was hitting her, he needs to be vilified. But in this situation, you got Monique.
Somebody got an echo.
Hello? I'll just mute. Oh, you know what? I think I'm on here twice, actually. Hold on. I think
Rodney, I don't think you got your mic on.
I think I'm on here twice.
But I still can hear you though. I can hear you though. It might be.
Hello? You still there, Echo?
Hello? I can't hear Jamie now.
Oh, I had muted myself to make sure I wasn't the one with creating the echo.
Can y'all hear me? Is it me?
I hear you, but I don't hear echo.
Let me see. Why am
I hear echo when I talk.
Yeah, I hear echo too.
It might be me. I don't see why I'm on here twice. Let me go out.
What's up, Diva? Well, the people confirming in the comments, they're saying it was the son. I thought I heard daughter. I thought I heard her, or she is what I thought I heard at the reunion, but they're saying it was the son. But either way, I didn't feel like Ashley should have told. You still can't hear me?
I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Oh, good boy.
I'm not gonna drag Monique right now like I want to, because I try to act like I got some sense when I go to other people's houses. But
baby,
I get to my review, baby, it's on and popping.
She's a horrible. I feel like I just to me, you're supposed to protect your child, and she didn't protect her child.
I think Monique looks whack to me. She does. Like, Monique, you really came back to this show, Kiss the Ring of Giselle, and
yes,
it bothers my soul
and
that
Karen.
You come back to the same show when you left from, and this woman was about to try to bring on a rumor about the paternity of your son, and you come back into this environment, and the person that you have the issue with, or the person that you think is spreading rumors and lies, is Stacey, not the lady who was about to bring on a rumor about the paternity of your son. Not even your friend who said that part of you having a miscarriage was because of your alcohol intake.
Oh, wait.
No mistakes. I made no mistakes, and Monique knows it.
Can I add something, Rodney? Can I add something?
You come back after all of that you dealt with in season 5, and your antennas go automatically to Stacey. Not to Jazelle, not to Ashley, but Stacey.
To Stacey.
If anybody was going to do anything, it would have been one of those. Those would be the first 2 people I would be looking at.
But
can you hear us, Rodney?
Can y'all hear me? Am I just talking?
No, I can hear you.
You can't hear us.
Y'all got real quiet.
You can't forget.
Do you hear us?
Do you hear us, Rodney?
He don't.
No.
Can you hear us?
Maybe it might be me.
We also can't forget.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, you can hear us.
I can hear you. I can't hear Jamie.
Okay. Let me go out and come back in or something.
I don't hear an echo anymore, but I can hear everybody clearly.
I hear everybody.
Yeah, I hear everybody.
Rodney just can't hear us. He may have to go out and come back in.
I only hear you.
Okay, let me let you know this, friend. Both Gabor and Jamie was talking shit about you these last couple minutes. So I'm just here to let you know what the real is. Yeah,
they called me a ghetto unprofessional gutter tonight.
They called you K? Oh my God.
I'm the only one who had your back.
We also can't forget this though. We also can't forget this too. They also said
do I need to go out and come back in?
Yeah, because you can't hear them.
They also said that Monique's miscarriage was actually an abortion because she didn't know if she was pregnant by Chris or the trainer. Y'all keep on forgetting that part too.
I think another part people are forgetting is that is Monique's MO. In my personal, I think that Monique always goes after the wrong people to appease whoever. And she always finds herself in these not so great situations. So it will behoove her for next season to just be mindful, girl, because Ashley really is not the friend that you believe that she is. And not when it comes to this show.
And I'm not buying it either. I'm not buying it all of a sudden now after the backlash, all of a sudden today, and everybody's calling you a bad mother and you got your child involved in this grown mess, that all of a sudden you don't believe that Stacey had anything to do with the mess. And then you don't feel like
we got to show them though before. We got to show them what was said.
Okay.
And
yeah, that's right. That's right.
We were so worried about the sound issues, we forgot.
Yeah. Hopefully Rodney can make it back in.
Monique says a lot of time has passed since the reunion was filmed, and after gaining more info since then, I don't believe Stacey had anything to do with any of that bullshit. I'll probably go live on IG at some point this week and give you all the entire story. I haven't watched the reunion episodes yet, so let me catch up and get back to you. But at least I wanted to clear her name on all of it. So what were you saying, Gabor?
Look at my.
You haven't watched the reunion episodes yet,
girl. 4Q. What does that mean?
Fuck you.
Oh,
definitely 4Q for sure.
I'm so oblivious. Rodney, can you hear us? You're muted, Rodney. Well, he'll come up when he can.
I'm just not buying it.
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just not buying it that after she received backlash, all of a sudden she don't believe that Stacey. You knew that Stacey didn't have nothing to do with it, and you knew that your child didn't have the full context of everything that was going on. You went against Stacey at that reunion, and you bought that stuff out because that's what the master Jazelle and Ashley expected of you. That's the only reason why you was brought back. They didn't really care about no friendship with you. They just wanted you to go. Your whole point of being there was to go after Stacey.
Yes.
And everybody on the stage believed you. Even Andy, Mr. I'm reading body language. I'm reading Wendy's body language, and she wants you to confess. Everybody believed exactly what you said because you put you weaponized your baby.
Now, I want to say this when I look at this headline about Monique accusing X of, being abusive. And to me, I believe it's possible. But if it's not, she's going to have more than a cease and desist to be worried about. Especially if he's the type of man that you say that he is.
That was
But I called that months ago.
I don't really feel like Monique. I feel like when she came on the show, Monique had a point to prove. She gave us, I'm richer than everybody else, which she was. It was all about the amount of the bottles of wine. She was in her matching Bentleys, and all of those things told me who Monique was. Monique wants to be that. The problem was she already had that. And if Chris was abusive, sure, get out of the relationship. But now she's living like an hour and a half out of Potomac. The Bravo check was a little check. And now you're back. And you're back to try to sell a book. I don't think that she ever truthfully believed that Stacey had done that, but I think that she needed a moment because this Mother Teresa act that she's been putting on all season is not interesting. Crying at the drop of the dime about Karen, that's not interesting. That cheap ass outfit that girl made, that Beyonce impersonator, that's not interesting. Like, what? She's a Beyonce impersonator. That's her real job. That wasn't me being shady. I just couldn't remember her name. She's a Beyonce impersonator. Best friends with no, that was shady. The point that I'm making is Monique needed a moment similar to Karen. So her behavior at this reunion definitely factors into the life that she wants to lead. Moreover, you didn't call that man Pastor Holy Whore, but you was laying it low and spreading it wide and greeting your coworker who was married with open arms, open legs, and an open mouth.
And we can't forget the way that she painted Bobby as this season and didn't apologize at the reunion.
So Chris is doing allegedly to her where he's telling them your mama is a mistress and she's cheating with her coworker, and you are coming on this platform to embarrass him. It's so reminiscent of Sheree and
Bob,
wiggly-eyed Bob.
But I think the problem, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Did y'all hear everything I said earlier?
No.
Yes.
We did.
Before you went out.
Let me just say this. The thing that bothers me the most about Monique is Monique came back into this friend group, and I'm saying friend group loosely, with women who she did not know, and then the other women she did not like. And her very first sit down, she started spilling her guts. And instead of her looking at the two people who caused the most harm to her, which was Jazelle and low-key Ashley, she somehow tried to pull a reverse Uno and girl point the finger at Stacey.
Yep.
Like I never got Monique and how she was moving this season. Monique knew if Chris was over there knocking her head between the washer and the dryer, Chris needs to be dealt with. With that being said, Monique knew the man who she had just left. I said from the get-go, why are you coming on this show knowing that you don't have the best co-parenting situation with this man, talking about him with a group of people who you don't know and don't like?
Thank you.
With 6 cameras watching.
And expecting it to remain anonymous.
With
6 cameras watching. Not to get back to him.
With 6 cameras watching.
Girl, I'm going to keep saying this. The last time you were around Jazelle, you were upset at Jazelle because you said that Jazelle was trying to bring on a rumor about the paternity of your son.
Talk about it.
And then you come back and sit right in front of her face and tell all your goddamn business.
Yes.
And then say that Stacey is the one who told.
And
girl, got your alphabetical all the way up.
and said that Jazelle was right. Remember, she started off with saying, Jazelle, you was right, and they showed the flashback. But Rodney, do you remember them saying that the miscarriage that she had, she actually had an abortion because she didn't know if she was pregnant by Chris or the trainer?
Have I heard that?
That's what they said.
I heard it.
That's what they were saying.
Who was they?
I believe
Giselle, Robin. That's what.
Didn't it come from the best friend? I thought it came from the best friend first.
It did. It came from
and the ladies learned about it, and that's how it got on the show.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Or the ex-best friend. Because she fell out with everybody, like another familiar person that was on Love It. Girl, shut up.
She falling out with everybody, shut up.
It's hard for me.
She about to fall out with a baby.
Monique locked, like one of the cousins said, Monique locked her hair up and moved to the woods, and now she thinks she deep. Monique, I will not. It's hard for me to have respect for Monique because Monique came back into the scenario and she automatically kissed the ring of Jazelle.
I feel like Karen too.
Karen too. I'm not saying that you cannot move on because that's the name of the game. We know the name of Housewives is conflict resolution. You have conflict and you got to hurry up and move on. Because I feel like you didn't even really hold Jazelle feet to the fire for moving the way that she did. Yeah, you got her together at the reunion, but you come back and...
But you lost the war. Everything that you wanted is now gone. You're not on the show you want. You're not a main character. You thought you was going to go to Carlos and become famous.
Come on.
We found out you were really boring and you weren't even needed for that show.
Shitted on him. And came back to that other show with that little chick and turned around and said you cringed the very binder that you created. Girl, but you brought it with you.
And baby, she was in the background saying, I love to read them bitches. That was the real Monique that we saw backstage.
I would
agree. I love to read them bitches.
I agree.
You know what's so funny though? The funniest thing though when she went to go sit down, how she was so apologetic, and the first thing out of Giselle's mouth was, I don't know where did we start. Drag me, Monique. I say, girl, Giselle be playing in all these girls' face, baby.
Because that is the first thing that Monique said, though. I'll drag you. Those words came out her mouth.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it would be drag me, Monique. That what she said. Pregnant and all. I'll drag you, pregnant and all. But y'all want to sit up here and talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta giving love and hip hop. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me.
But it's still two things can be true. Two things can be true.
But I haven't heard them say that about Potomac.
What is Beverly Hills giving now? Because now we know that Sutton's husband is marrying one of her best friends.
I did not know that. I have no idea.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Well, if he treated that woman the same way she treats Jennifer Tilly, then I could see why.
Well, that's giving the Kardashians then.
Oh, yes.
That's messy as hell.
Your replacement could be around the corner. Okay, so Monique, we're gonna close the door on her. Hopefully, they do not bring her back. My last statement on her is she was trying and grasping at straws. If Stacey had not thrown it at Chris, what would Monique have been there for?
She wouldn't have been there. That's the point.
I'm gonna leave Monique alone. Go ahead.
Okay. So I actually took some notes this time. And shout out to my subscriber. It's been a really, really, really busy week, but I am going to mail you the purse.
Can I add something real quick, Mims?
Yeah.
Get Jazzy off my TV screen. Did you hear when Stacey said, well, Monique, why don't we sit down with Chris? And she said he would never do that. Jazzy in the background talking about but if you slept with him before and you still sleeping with him, what makes you think that he'll tell? Get this girl off my screen just lying.
Listen, and I've liked her. I've liked her until she said that. Too. It's like now I gotta question a lot of what you say. Like this kind of ruined it.
Yeah, you just be lying. You just be lying.
I don't have a problem with Jazzy. However, Jazzy bothers my soul because the jury is still out on the timeline of when you got with your man. So anytime Jazzy has anything to say about Stacey and Chris or Kay being a side chick to Greg when he was married to his wife, baby, the girls are saying the same thing about Miss Jazzy. Because we remember the baby mama and the baby daddy down to Instagram with matching PJs on, taking Christmas photos.
Yeah.
So, in the timeline with Jazzy and the kids coming into play has never really made sense, I think, to most viewers. So I think that when it comes to relationships and side chicks and who's sleeping with who, I think that Jazzy should just sit there and just eat her food.
I agree, but I will give her a small defense, right? I wonder if she knew he was going over there doing that.
The baby mama.
Of course, she saw the photos afterwards, but did you break up with him? Because one thing, and I've witnessed it with my own eyes, where I had a friend where the guy she was dating had 2 kids with somebody else. This man would go over there every weekend and say, I'm staying over there for my kids. I'm like, oh, you a fool to believe it. If he just over there for the kids and he's spending the whole weekend there, like, come on. So I do wonder, did she know that's what he was doing, or did she learn after the fact? It doesn't make her look any good because she continued to deal with him knowing that there was some overlap. But I will say this also about Jazzy. Jazzy gives a little bit of, I don't want to say elitist, but I say that for lack of a better word, where it's all about the material things, like he's in the NFL, the bragging rights of it all. And I think that's one of the reasons why she wouldn't turn that coattail loose, because she wants to be able to say that she's a wag.
I'm a wag. I believe
but she ain't no real wag, because she be sitting in the stands. The real wags sit in the suites. She be in the stands with the rest of the fans because her man don't get no playtime.
He don't even suit up. But I think that I don't think that she knew about the first baby. I think that she definitely knew about the second baby. And I think that she, the baby mama told Keisha that when he came over there to take the kids trick-or-treating, that he was trying to get her to come back to the hotel room with him.
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
And so I don't think that Jazzy really cared. I believe what Jamie is saying. I believe that she just wants to be able to say, I'm a wag. That's why she kept on saying it. That's why she in the confessional, she wearing wedding dresses. We ain't never seen anybody. Girl, your wedding wasn't even really filmed for the show like that. Like we saw, Candace had the best wedding that I've seen on Real Housewives. And she wasn't in the confessional in the wedding dress, girl. Come on, man.
Somebody asked, "What's a WAG?" It's wives and girlfriends of professional athletes.
And Candace was a housewife. Jazzy's a friend. No, I get what you're saying. We don't know. We don't know what Darius could have been telling Jazzy. Jazzy could be telling the truth, but Jazzy,
ain't nobody sit up there and read me when you look like this.
Say what?
I thought the dress is foul. The dress is foul.
Ain't nobody.
No, her face is foul.
Yeah,
the
but
body is foul.
Nah, your body's foul.
I like it.
I don't think the body. I don't think that this accentuated her in any way, shape, or form. Good. I don't like her hair. I don't like anything about this. And if you're gonna go off theme, and the theme was a red dress, but you're gonna do a white dress with red embellishments, make sure you look effing good. And she failed. You couldn't read me with shit. I couldn't see past this dress.
Do y'all think? Y'all think the show should start approving outfits? Because Giselle pissing me off. Like, you 10 years in this thing, and this what you come in there with. Like, I need you to put this shit on, and it's irritating.
My God.
I told Giselle, if I gave Giselle this denim jacket, Giselle could have put this denim jacket over that dress. I'm telling y'all, Giselle could have put this denim jacket over her dress, threw some Tory Burch sandals on, and went straight to the Galleria.
Yep.
That was a mall dress. She could have literally put this jean jacket on, put a safety pin in that slit, and went to a PTA meeting.
Yep.
Okay, we got to get to these notes, y'all. And the Super Jazz. Whitney says, Gabor, who won the RHOP Super Bowl?
Stacey.
I would agree.
It would be Stacey.
Girl, you know
like you said it then, I'm not going to change.
It's going to be between Wendy or Stacey for me.
I'm not going to change.
You know who I'm gonna give it to? Y'all about to get mad at what I'm about to say.
You better not say Karen. We gonna cut his mic, cut his TV off.
It was so many opportunities to drag Karen left and right, and nobody really did it.
Tell you something. Let me say something, baby. Karen, let me say something. Karen, I'm sorry. Karen runs those girls.
Child, please. Yeah, she do.
Tell me I'm lying.
A little piece. The way Stacey said, I want to earn or something like that.
Come on, let's talk about it.
She said, girl, are we still lying? She said, are you still lying? I would have said, were you vindicated?
And that's the thing. They didn't say it though. That's the thing.
She had Monique crying.
She had Stacey kissing the ring. She patted Stacey on the head and told her, "Don't lie to me." And Stacey said, "Oh, okay." I said, "Girl, what?" You can say what you want to say about Karen, but all I'm saying is this. We can say what we want to say about Karen, but Karen came out and in 20 minutes, all those girls bowed down to Karen.
Hold on, we gotta be okay. So let's get to the Karen package.
No,
let's get to the Karen package.
Okay.
No, keep on, Rodney. We're jumping to Karen.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying that Karen. I was really impressed in a way. Like, Karen really just came back to this reunion and came out, called Stacey a liar to her face, told her to her face, "You're a liar." Told her, "You better not lie to me because I live in Potomac and I know."
Yes,
and Stacey just sat there and shrugged her shoulders and said, "Oh, okay." I said, "Girl, what the hell?"
Angel ain't had no backbone. Stacey backbone walked completely out. Because the way a hoe that sat up there and lied for a whole year couldn't say shit to me about me lying a season that yours not on due to your own action. So, because let's run the list.
Were you ever vindicated, baby?
Your mama. Did she lie on her mama? Did she lie on her parents?
Sure did.
She lied. Her mama died,
baby. She said she was going to be vindicated. Then she didn't want to see the footage, right? She saw the footage after she got to rehab, but she had a whole year to go to rehab instead of playing in America's face. So you wait until after you were found guilty in hopes of getting a lesser sentence, and then try to get in the judge's face and play in his face too. And he sent your ass to jail. A hoe like Karen couldn't tell me absolutely anything, and I can't stand that they not on her head top. Leave it to Giselle.
Me neither. Because you sitting up here talking about. She sat up there and said, a person facing their addiction is what did she say? A person facing addiction is.
She stole her to 10. It's in reality.
You didn't face your addiction, baby. You got drunk. You ran into the middle of the road. Your car blew up, ma'am. Your car is on fire. Your car is on fire. The car is blowing up, and you went to jail. And that's what happened. You didn't face no addiction. You can't even say that you're an alcoholic. My name is Karen, and I'm an alcoholic. And then they had you in jail teaching Alcohol Anonymous?
She can't say she's an alcoholic, but she could tell somebody you are poor and white. No, ma'am. She wouldn't have been able to say shit to me.
I have been saying that I honestly believe that Karen gets away scot-free.
Yeah.
Don't backpedal. Don't backpedal.
No. Multiple things can be true. Karen run those girls, but Karen wouldn't have been sitting there saying shit to me like that.
Okay.
Karen runs those girls. Karen came back and didn't nobody say shit to Karen. Couldn't nobody who just ran through a residential neighborhood, knocking pictures off the walls, knocking poles out the ground, cars catching on fire, like it's a movie set, say a goddamn thing to me. Baby, Karen came back and checked all those girls and didn't nobody say nothing.
Well, I think it's totally different. I think Karen.
Who checked them?
No, that's the whole point. Karen needed a moment. The rest of the girls didn't. You're going to come out here and we're going to talk about your drunk truth and everything else. But Karen was looking for sound bites that entire time. And some of it didn't even make sense. I was talking to a friend of mine and I'm like, this sounds like maybe your grandma after she had a little malt liquor and she just throws shit out at the dinner table that you just like, what the stuff about, oh, well, your mama, I like what your mama said. Shut the F up. That's the equivalent of Kyle doing this in every scene. Like they're looking for a moment. Everything that she did made no sense because if you were actually, I don't know if this was her first sober reunion, but what it was giving was.
I don't think she was sober. It wasn't, the words were slurring a little piece. Either that or the teeth at the bottom weren't secured in, but either way, it was a bit of slurring going on that I question watching like, yo, is this lady under something right now?
Not #relapse. What it was giving was I need a moment. I wasn't here. I'm nervous that I was not on the season. So I'm going to go as hard as possible. Even with the shit with Stacey, I felt like it made no actual sense. If you're going to talk about Stacey lying, apply it to your own goddamn life, which would be you lied on me to Wendy, but that's not what she said. You're over there like, what did Candy say? You're sitting over there like a fucking fan watching us, judging us. That's what it was giving. Why would TJ mean anything to you, Karen? You lied and said that you were loaded and Ray was broke, when in actuality, you was drunk in Monique's cabin talking about you wanted your money back. Like, what are we doing here? That is just a mean old lady whose dentures are not in tight, and so she's constantly like.
And I think that she really came out there to attack Stacey and Wendy because, and I'm gonna keep saying this, the thing that Ashley and Wendy told the same story. The only difference is that Wendy just didn't say it was legal seafood. They told the exact same story. So the fact that you got Wendy sitting up here, you want Wendy to produce a person who said you didn't ask Ashley to produce a person.
Agreed.
You just want to beef with the girls who sitting at the front of the.
Thank you.
No, I do believe that. I believe that she's setting up her storyline for season 11, which is the beef with Wendy. And if she can get a few licks in on Stacey, she's good with that too. Karen is going to do whatever she needs to do in order to distract from the fact that she is with the bottle. You see what I'm saying? So I do believe that Karen was out there trying to get sound bites. I do. I believe that with Wendy, I think Wendy handled Karen the appropriate way. I do.
Yeah, I do too. That's why I was like,
because Wendy was going to be
not Wendy.
But with Stacey, girl.
So Stacey can't end up like Jazzy. It's one thing to be America's favorite, but if nobody actually films with you, you're on an island alone. So you kind of have to play the game sometimes. Jazzy, I bet, will not be back next season. She didn't have one person that likes her. Like, not even one. Stacey was your last friend, and that's it. That's
wow.
Jazzy doesn't need to come back now.
She's been hanging close tight with Giselle. I could see Giselle trying to bring her back if Ashley does not come back. But can I say this too? I do feel like there will be some head ups between Karen and Stacey and Wendy and Karen.
Yes.
I am glad that Stacey got her deranged audience as well, like Karen, the people that are going to have your back regardless of what you do on camera. Because I have watched that shit so long with Karen Huger, how people don't hold her accountable for her shit. And some of y'all fans have showed up like that as well with Stacey. And I absolutely love it because y'all gonna be bickering with each other come next season. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome.
It is gonna be a kiki to see the girls tear each other up on Twitter.
And then when Karen had the audacity Karen had the audacity, as if we can't see the tape, to blame what happened. Wendy had her back last season when it came to the DUI. Wendy did not let nobody talk about Karen's DUI outside of her presence last year. So for Karen to all of a sudden act like that she got a beef with Wendy when you was the one who was talking about me to Stacey, but it's crazy.
But she's
Are you still drunk? Are you still drunk?
She's talked about it to Jazelle too, and that's the other gag. You better believe I'm gonna believe another hoe that's new to the group telling me that you talk about me when Jazelle already came to me and said that you said I was not of Potomac. You have this hidden thing about me, and y'all know when you get around somebody, you get the vibe. You know they ain't really liking you like that for real, and I believe that Wendy knows that about Karen, and you expect her to be loyal because it's like, Karen, why you bring folks on this show if you don't want them to stay?
No, she wants you to stay in line. That's what.
That's what it is.
We'll clock that.
But I've always said this though. When it comes to Karen and Wendy, the reason why that friendship was never going to work out because it wasn't built on true friendship. It was built on an alliance. If you go back to season 5, Karen was on the outs. None of those girls were really fooling with Karen. Wendy just wanted to be liked by the viewers. Come back season 6, it really should have been the Karen versus Wendy show, but they locked up and became friends. So I think that friendship was eventually going to go off the tracks anyways because it was never genuine.
Karen never really had, like, when she started the show, she didn't really have anybody in her back pocket until she was able to start getting the younger girls. So she had Candace at one point, then they fell out. And she tried to go to HR on her about saying go to Hades.
Season 5.
Then you had Wendy. Oh, you had Mia, Wendy. She's kind of been an island on her own for the most part. And then within 1 to 2 years, anybody that's her friend doesn't like her. Stacey, same thing.
But I will always give Karen this. The reason why I always will say that Karen is an HBIC.
What, a denture group commercial? Sorry.
Because no matter what Karen does to these ladies, for whatever reason, they always come back around. I can try to go to HR and get you fired, and you still gonna be here for me, Candace. I can say that you don't fit the aesthetic of the group, and you'll still want to be my friend, Wendy. Like, I think that's only I can sit on BravoCon and try to get you fired, Robin, and you still come back and make up with me. Karen is the only person where the girls always come back around to.
That's the culture of this show. Potomac has favorites. Andy is very clear. He don't care if Jazelle is lying. He don't care if Karen is lying and trying to kill people in drunk driving accidents. He cares that Stacey don't have one friend on the cast, and Stacey's lies need to be at the forefront.
I think that with the show, the girls are either going to be Team Jazelle or Team Karen. And when Jazelle dismisses the girls, they go to Karen by default. And so I don't think that when the girls come on the show that they really want, because Wendy was over there with Jazelle too, when she first joined the show, right? It wasn't until her second season when she started being up under Karen, even though that she knew Karen. But yeah, so I think that the girls, when Jazelle dismisses them, they go over to Karen.
Oh, super chat. Sorry. Again, all super chats will be split. Yeah, keep them coming. Immaterial Boy says, hi, loves. Ashley's always moving funny with Monique, and Monique just lets her. She told everyone Monique was divorced before Monique herself could.
Yes, she did.
I love
Monique. Ashley sat there and said, when that drunk helper was out there driving, knocking pictures off the wall, I sat in the parking garage. Y'all remember? Ashley said, Monique had about 3, 4, 5 margaritas and got to driving drunk.
That's what I hate about her. It's the fact that she sat there and studied. How long does it take for one beer to leave your system? So she told on this girl's alcohol issues, or she alluded to this girl having a real alcohol problem, but then read the manual and said, okay, but I sat outside that venue because I myself had drank and I'm responsible.
But I think that we got to hold Monique accountable in some of that too, because Monique had to, she was so busy trying to show her lifestyle that baby, she had the party bus at her house with the wrecked car was sitting outside in the front driveway. And so the girls are asking, girl, what happened? Oh, I got into a little accident. The wrecked car is still sitting out here. She got on that party bus and drank a whole bottle of Camus like that. You get what I'm saying? So she brought this upon herself. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
The recessionista, I like that name, says that Mo came on here looking like Delta Airlines. I don't. I mean, I don't care for Monique. The last time I liked Monique is when she said she had.
The reason why, I do not want to get back. Y'all about to get started on Monique. I will never. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go.
No, I was about to say I will never respect Monique until Monique tells the truth of who ass she intended to whoop, which was always Jazelle's.
I think that she knew that if she touched Jazelle, she would never see that show again.
And that's why I think that's whack to me. Yeah. Because the truth of the matter is, you put your hands on Candace, but when you got your ass down to the reunion, the only person you had smoke for, the only tab that you turned to was who? Jazelle. Which is an indication to me that that's where the smoke was always for. Well, you really wanted to put your hands on Jazelle, but you were scared. So you tapped on Candace's wig.
Well, what I think is, honestly, I don't know. It could be that, but part of me feels like she went after who she wanted to. And whatever she did at the reunion was because of the fans.
Oh, you think so? You think that's what she did?
Yeah, I think the fans inspired her. Yeah, and I think she did the same thing with Stacey for the group, right? A lot of what Monique did on the show was for the group. But then when she gets off the show, she sees what the fans have to say about her. Now you want to analyze the situation after the fact, after all 3 reunions have played. Now you want to analyze it. Well, you could have did that a long time ago. You could have did it. You didn't even have to put your child on the phone for Ashley Darby, aka Lady Wolferdown, to go and expose your child being the one on the phone. Like, what are we doing here? And this is one thing that makes me have an issue with Monique. It's always giving follower. It's never giving like stand up type thing. It's always giving, I want to be liked. In a sense, like that's how she kind of came on the show. Mm-hmm. That's what I see on Love and Marriage DC. It's just like that's who she is. I don't like that. I think she may have the potential to be like really dope, but I think she get lost in trying to please people or something like that, and just following. Like,
I think that she was actually the demise of her marriage. To be honest with you, I think the turning point was him saying, "You can be on the show, sure," because they had a traditional marriage, and there's nothing wrong with being a rich mom and kept, and that's what she wanted, because we heard that he had a girlfriend initially and she went right in there and took him. That's what word on the curb was. Well, you have a man who's paying for everything and your complaint is that he's not setting up the housekeeper. He's not setting up the babysitter. You want him to pay, you want him not only to pay for the stuff, but you want him to then set up those items that are clearly on your list to do. We all have a job. So it wasn't clicking, it wasn't making sense.
I know that we need a babysitter. Your mama, your brother, and your sister already, just every time the cameras is up, everybody, your whole family is always here. So why do we need anybody else here? But he still was telling her, you got the money, you got access to the account.
I was about to say that.
Use it. What I think what happened was
hold on, I wasn't done with my point.
I'm sorry.
You completely threw me off. Yeah, so I think that Chris' goal was to give her something that was her own, because clearly she was complaining, and I think that's dope. I'll support you in this. But he wanted that perfect life. He wanted a certain amount of kids in exchange for you get a little access to the money and everything else that comes with the lifestyle that you wanted. But I am a upstanding part of the community. And when Monique did that shit with Giselle's boyfriend, that was a dent in it. Chris changed a little bit. That was the time where she's no longer perfect Patty. So by the time the fight happened, he should have pulled her out of that and they could have worked on their marriage. But then they jumped right in because Monique loved the fame. They jumped right into the Carlos King show. And when that didn't work out and they weren't the star and the biggest draw to the own network, I think that's really when the relationship ended. Now, if he was abusing her, get out. But I didn't see a problem with Monique's life. Even when she was complaining, I did not see a problem with it. That whole, her feeling like her body was just a vessel for him to have sex, I get it. Leave. But I think for Chris, the issue was Monique's behavior on the show.
I think that what happened with Monique is she let the girls play her out of her position. I think that what happened was all of those girls tried to marry or wanted a marriage like Monique's was, where she got with a man who had money and was being taken care of or was being kept. And they tried to play her a position and say, oh, girl, you're not a boss, though. You only here because of your husband. Jazelle even said it this year with Angel. We boss bitches. You boss bitches now, girl, but you was renting when you first got on the show. You get what I'm saying? So don't try to act like that. You try to downplay the girls who is living the life that you wanted that you didn't get. And so you try to downplay it. And they made Monique feel bad about not being a career woman. And now all of a sudden, I want to do, you know, not for lazy moms. And I want to be this career woman. And I want Chris now to, you know, be at home with the kids. And I'm tired and I need help. And he's telling her the whole time, okay, that's fine. You can do what you want to do, but hire the help. You got the access to the accounts. And I think that she was making a problem where there was no problem.
I think also after that altercation happened, I think that's when she also started gaining more clarity. And I think the unhappiness just grew really stronger when she was saying her thoughts, back to what she was doing, not working for nobody, you know, just being that mom. And then eventually she did go on to Love and Marriage DC, which I'm sure also contributed to the breakdown of her marriage. But I definitely think that whole mental thing after the fight, yeah, I think that may have had a lot to do with the breakdown of that marriage, and they just couldn't get it back on track, honestly. But save face for TV.
Giselle only likes and embraces people after their life has fallen apart.
Ashley Darby,
when she was married, she was actively trying to get Ashley to break up with Michael, calling him gay and everything else. There was always an issue with somebody who had money and a happy marriage. Karen's marriage ain't going nowhere, and it was free Uncle Ben. It was all of these things. She's only embraced Monique since she's been single. Everybody knew Mia was just kind of dumb, so no, she don't really count. But if you look at every time Giselle had an issue with somebody, it was when they were in a happy marriage, and she always embraces you after you're poor and broke and living like her. Except Robin, but that was a loveless marriage in the first place.
Can y'all imagine the arguments we would have got if Mia was on the show after her arrest? She already did hit Wendy with a damn person threw a drink on her. I can imagine what kind of.
She would have stood in it. I think she would have stood in it. But to piggyback off Mims and Jamie, what Mims and Jamie was saying, I remember after I think that Monique also won a lot of yes people around her, because I remember after the fight when she called Chris said that was embarrassing. Remember?
Oh yeah.
And she was like, she couldn't take that he was saying that was embarrassing. You out here fighting at a barn.
With broke people. Okay, these super chats, because they're coming in. For all we know, someone in production probably told Chris. Then Chris was making his rounds with Katie, Charisse, and we know he not cool with someone in production. Chris taking pictures with Jay-Z.
He may very well be talking to somebody in production, or at least Cookie is talking to somebody in production.
I thought it was Cookie.
Yeah.
I felt like even when Kay, I felt like Kay said right when they left, Cookie called her because she called somebody called somebody. Anyways, I think it was Cookie, basically.
No, I agree. I think the plan was concocted at that table when they went to the cafe.
Yes.
And like what the girls do. Know Cookie, Kay, for you to be calling her right after. And then that's my thing. Why are you even calling this lady right afterwards? It's given, girl. Let me tell you what we talked about today. Like
her man wouldn't answer the phone.
So weird.
And Ashley said on the after show that Kay was so desperate to bring that news. She wanted to bring that news to Monique. Like she really wanted, and she flopped when she did it.
Ashley don't like that Stacey has garnered the fans that she has, and she hasn't after 10 years.
She's not likable. Michael wasn't likable. Them talking about their sex life was not likable. Jersey Girl said Karen was high as a kite, and thank you for being a member for 43 months. She was. I mean, maybe she's moved from alcohol to something else, but it was definitely giving Nene on her last season. Huh?
You said move from.
There's other ways to get high.
No, she's still on alcohol though.
I'm screaming.
Immaterial Boy says the girls still think that Wendy is the weakest link, which is why Kern and the dizzy Denver Devil thought they'd have a moment with all that reaching.
Mm.
Who is the Disney Den? The Disney
Angel.
Angel.
Talk about she want justice served, but justice served is getting your day in court. I said, girl,
you know what you mean. That shit pissed me off with that.
Did y'all
Pissed me off with that. That's what the girls don't want to be honest. What's so bad? I want to see the bitch in jail. She treated me bad this season. I want to see her in jail. Why we can't just tell the truth?
That's my problem. That's my problem with the girls.
She would have said, I want to see Forrest Whitaker behind bars. And
I want to see you and your husband in jail, bitch. That's
Portia would say that. Phaedra would say they would legit say that.
They so worried about being perfect, though.
Yes.
They so worried about being perfect.
That's my problem with that was my problem with Angel, is because girl just said, because I can't remember what she said because I'm rewatching the episode, but she said something that basically her saying that Wendy was guilty. So just say it. Like
it was, and I like Angel, but it was a flop, and I could tell that Kay came up with it. You mean to tell me that you and Kay think that Wendy was going through what she was going through, which is why she was playing y'all relationship with her was the way that it was? Are you serious?
That was a flop for me too.
Kayana, you of all people, I could see somebody saying that Angel got a lifestyle. That's a flop.
Wait, what was it? Say
they were trying to say that Wendy was going through what she was going through, which is why she wasn't pleasant. She was she was projected onto them, and she used Angel and Kay as a whipping boy.
Okay, well, let's just be effing honest. You over here talking some bullshit about somebody whose husband is in the NFL and has legitimate money, only trying to spend $1,000 for a home. In addition to you saying that, the implications could have been this girl doesn't really live here. She's only filming the show here, and she's looking for $1,000 rental. That was messed up. And in all fairness to Born Angel, you deserve whatever I give you.
She do.
No.
Yes and no.
She do deserve that. But what I'm saying is, for Kay,
I can only afford $1,000. Well, I don't have 60.
Well, the story changed, which is
and I know
you're talking too much. Because at first you said it was 3,000, then you said it was 1,000. So you're talking too much. But my point is, I thought that Kiana was reaching, and it shows that they didn't even read the paperwork, because we know that all of this happened and the arrest and stuff happened after the season had filmed.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we saying, is just be clear, be accurate a little bit more, because that lady wasn't pouncing on you because she was going through something. She was really pouncing on your ass because of how you was talking to her. You decided to check her instead of checking your friend who turned around and chin checked the shit out of you. So yeah, I am gonna throw shade. However, it does look bad to me that Wendy would sit up there with Jazelle and Ashley and talk about that lady.
I do think, well, hold on. Now I get what you're saying, but I do think that it was projection on Wendy's part, because I actually have money and you don't. So what you're attacking about me is not my personality or those traits. You are making up lies about me for the sake of this show, when you're actually about to be a felon.
I don't think that it was
I agree with that.
I agree with what you're saying. I don't think that Wendy was messing with Angel because she had money. I think that Wendy was being a mean girl with Giselle and Ashley.
Right.
I don't think
because
she attacked
because of how the lady snapped at her, and she always had an issue with Wendy. So the only thing I really fought Wendy for is what she said, the money thing, right? Mm-hmm. Knowing her situation, well, she didn't know at the time, but get into where we are with that. However, the constant making Wendy a target when Jazelle was the one that was fucking with you and Ashley was the one that was fucking with you.
Oh, 100% she was wrong for that. Yeah. But I'm that one little caveat of you. I do think it was projection, because you're attacking my money when you have none.
And then you are trying to show up similar to Monique. Like, you're trying to be extra buddy with these ladies by talking about this woman's finances. I didn't like that at all.
I do feel like Monique got a little Jazelle in her, because you're attacking another football marriage that seems to be working. This girl seems to have everything that she wanted with the man she actually wants to sleep with.
That actually supports me. That girl say I am spoiled.
Sorry. How would you get back up Monique? Monique was this much of the show, and we then drug her every which way except
because Monique didn't apologize. She deserves to be drugged because she drugged her child in this grown stuff. Got everybody speaking on her child. Everybody is speaking on your child today. You didn't protect your child. over a storyline and you don't even hold the flute.
Jesus.
Nitwit says Karen would never be able to tell me I was a liar. Stacey should have asked her when she was vindicated, before or after her release date.
Wow.
No, don't run now, Jamie. Don't run
now. I'm just trying to get the oil off my face. That's all.
Oh, that was a good one. Annette, thank you so much for the generous super sticker. A $49.99. These super chats will be split. So thank you guys for them. Why didn't they ask Monique about the married man she was dating instead of worrying about Stacey talking to Chris? Ashley, Stacey can't be trusted around kids, but Ashley can jump the bones of Sharice's son. Monique can actually be an actual confirmed mistress, and nobody says anything. This show don't have to make sense, basically.
Well, I found it interesting that when Andy had to call out that along with Ashley, Jazelle and Kiana was talking shit about Wendy being arrested too, because we didn't see the clip, but they showed the clip of them all of the, because Angel said, I hope justice is served, but Jazelle was talking major shit. Girl, you got all these degrees and this wasn't even a smart crime, and the feds usually got their case, and it shows me that Jazelle, since Jazelle didn't have no package, I was wondering what went down at the reunion. For Jazelle to start all of a sudden attacking Wendy after the reunion. See, you didn't have no package and you want that top chair too. And so now all of a sudden you going at Wendy.
I do appreciate the bone she threw though. The same bone that I was trying to throw. When Wendy said she let Eddie handle everything. Sure. And according to the reports, he was the one on the phones with the insurance companies and sending the emails. I would have detached the fuck out myself from that. When she submitted that paperwork the first time saying drop my charges, it was pretty much going to be him taking the fall. So I wonder what conversation was had for her to add herself back to this to be a co-defendant.
The way she took herself out and now she's back on it.
She requested it, but on the day for the hearing to find out, she decided to remain a co-defendant.
I'm sorry, that boy's pussy whooped. And Eddie. And it just is what it is. When we heard he separated from his family for her, it was kind of like, okay, well, maybe she's just that great of a person. But when she was on that stage and completely threw that man under the bus, like she had no knowledge of anything, we've seen the emails. He's over there asking you, Wendy, to provide additional items so that you can reach the maximum allowable amount of a return. You were part of this. Although Karen was like a mean old drunk that day, she was right.
Yes, she was.
Shut up.
She should stay home.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have said nothing. Because when she did BravoCon, she didn't say nothing. She said that she couldn't get into it. But she must have got permission or something from her attorney to talk about what's already public record, she said. So here we are.
I didn't really hear her say anything that we didn't already know.
She was answering some questions.
Was the burglary, like the breakdown of that.
The only thing that I heard her say that I didn't know was when she said her daughter ran upstairs or some whatever she said.
And the fact that she said she was robbed, but when the man came there, he said there was no burglary. I was like, ooh, I wouldn't have said shit.
I just wouldn't have came.
I wouldn't have answered that question. They need the money, Gabor. It's like there's like $100,000 for that reunion day. They get a bonus. They need the money.
But I want to be home. I also want to be home with my kids. And I want to be able to, I don't want to mix my reality. I don't want to mix what I'm going on in the real world with reality TV, because what happens is everybody got a YouTube channel. Everybody is dissecting stuff, and a little bitty lie that she told can turn into a snowball, and it can grow.
That's true.
I just wouldn't have been. And she was answering some questions and didn't, because when Andy asked her about the people saying basically you was broke and y'all in a whole bunch of debt, she said, you know what, that's their opinion, but I respect the judicial system. Girl, what?
I don't think there was anything wrong with her saying that
at all.
Well, we already see the court case, so that was the initial lie, that they were on vacation and they got robbed. Now we know that they did not get robbed. There was no actual footprints. They didn't even take any soot from the roof and put it on the floor. We know now, we've seen the emails. So you just stood on there and lied like Karen, saying I'll be vindicated. You lied like Teresa, who said that she didn't know what was going on with Joe and that they were going to be all right. You lied like Jen Shaw, who first day of trial took a plea deal, and we found out you're a lie. That was a lie. She was not smart.
And Cameron got 4 cell phones, but she thinking that Zoe ransacked the bedroom, went through the closet, knocking purses and stuff off the shelves, the mattresses and stuff turned over. You know what I'm saying? The house have been ransacked, but we think Zoe did it. That little bitty shih tzu that be running around.
It would make sense for her to go to the reunion, but just say certain aspects of the case I can't talk about. Or just do what she did and bullshit and say, I don't care what you think. When we know you care about what you think, because that's why you had your mommy makeover after season 1.
Oh my God.
I mean, that's what she said in a way, though.
The point is, Rodney, we were all looking at you and rooting for you not to say shit. And you just reiterated a story which would mean that your husband is the only one truthfully implicated in this matter. That's not that just makes Eddie look stupid. First off, he's a lawyer, so he's going to lose that job. He's not going to be able to practice law if he's found guilty or takes a plea. You just put it all on him, and I don't think that that's right.
It may not be right, but based off of what we have seen them talk about, I hate to say it, it would make sense that Eddie probably did this shit by himself. I'm not saying he did. But if he's over the finances, you got Kyle Richards over there in Beverly Hills saying that Mauricio just come put stuff in front of her face and she just signed it. She don't know what the hell she be reading. No,
Eddie wasn't the one that wasn't returning them clothes to Gucci.
How do you know that?
That's
they got the paperwork said that Wendy was returning the clothes and stuff.
And wearing
the she was wearing them and returning them.
They use their names for financial institutions. But Wendy told y'all that it was a lot of narratives that were corrected in court, but she's not going to defend all the headlines. But I believe her on that, because again, if they use Pam Oliver and Eddie's name to defraud like a financial institution, they would have federal charges, and they don't. They got state charges, so she's gonna have to take that up with the state.
I 100% believe when I saw the email that Eddie was telling her, he didn't just say, give me some items. He specifically said, we're trying to get to the cap. Go ahead and just produce some more receipts.
But what did Wendy say back?
She produced some more receipts.
They didn't show us what Wendy responded back.
That is true.
I
love
that we will tap dance on an issue if we like the person at the end.
No, that's not the truth. I just asked you what did she say back, and you can't tell me what she said back.
Okay, hold on. If we did not see an email where she responded, that's fine. What we do know is that they reached the cap for each one of these actual insurance companies. So that means that somebody responded to that email and produced some more receipts from Chanel or wherever the hell they were going. That's in there. Like, that's 1 + 1 = 2. Rodney, you will not sit here and give this woman the
The fact of the matter is we only saw in the documents where Eddie sent her email. We didn't see the response back. We didn't. We know that stuff was being returned, but that had nothing to necessarily do with that email.
We didn't see the actual documents. We didn't see the actual documents. We just seen what was reported.
Thank you. And because of that,
you know what I'm saying.
And what was the response to the report?
That's what I'm saying is we don't. Nobody knows what the actual response was. That doesn't mean that there wasn't a response. I didn't
say it wasn't.
Okay.
I'm thinking that there was a response.
Yeah, there clearly was a response because it did reach the cap. But what I'm just saying is none of us saw the actual documents to say what the response was. Is all I'm saying.
This is true. I feel like none of us saw the documents when it came to Kenya Moore and what was going on, but we did rely on the headlines and just ate it up. Only for Kenya to come to the internet and correct the matter at hand, as well as another attorney that looked at the records and corrected that as well. So it just, for me, is like, I'm not saying that Wendy is innocent of anything. What I am saying is that a lot of times prosecutors will make things more salacious than what they really are, which is why Ashley Darby got up there talking about some social security number 67 credit cards. Oh, she used those names on those credit cards. If she did, she would have a federal case.
And the truth of the matter is, I'm just going to even take it to a step further. We all thought Diddy was going to be in jail for RICO charges. Is he? So we're not going to act like the people don't get it wrong. I'm not saying that Wendy ain't did shit wrong because I don't know that lady. I don't know what they was doing. But everybody thought that Diddy was asked was going to be in jail for the rest of his life, and now he only serving a few years.
Well,
so they can definitely get it wrong.
They can get it wrong. But
a dream team defense unless they use their 67 credit cards with the remaining balances. We're not going to act like
you can have a dream team defense, but you also want to get the United States of America.
They can get it.
Let's just say I don't think Eddie's a good enough attorney to defend himself.
No.
Well, neither is the attorney if they let her come to the reunion and answer these questions.
Business name, like y'all do know, you could do that with your LLC, like. And that's the thing, like people trying to chew on her neck bone, and I get it, especially for the people that don't like Wendy, and I also understand the people holding her accountable. Do your thing, but also those 67, like, come on now.
I do like Wendy, but that's why I'm so mad. I went up for Wendy because she had the central family unit. And she was educated, and her husband was educated, and it was reminiscent of the Cosby Show without the sex crimes.
Do we need to lower our standards on these housewives then? Because all of them show up on some shit. Phaedra was a damn attorney and everything, and she's got her shit that y'all won't let her live down to this day.
I came in not believing Phaedra because she wouldn't even give us her due date.
Good night.
I liked Wendy. I rooted for Wendy.
I think that with Phaedra, she was smart enough. I think that with Phaedra, she was smart enough to go unscathed. She did not have no mugshot. It was nothing. Apollo went and took the rap of everything and told her on camera, "You better have my stuff when I get home." Wendy, on the other hand, Eddie woke her up and said, "Baby, we called."
I think.
Baby, the laws are outside, and we called, and she's sitting up here lying, talking about she running through the Beers way, talking. You know what I'm saying? So Eddie's not doing that.
But I think the issue is we can't pretend that in a lot of relationships the men are not the head of the households, of leaders, of providers, and protectors. So we really don't know if Eddie was over there doing some scamming shit and Wendy was not. Just didn't know.
Baby, because it happens all the time. Rodney, Wendy was on camera, didn't even know her PIN number. Come on now.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm on the fly.
You making my point.
This is actually working in her favor.
But that's what I'm saying, good boy. Thank you, good boy, for making my point. Yeah. Wendy don't even know her PIN number.
But why would she have a card?
But what I'm saying is you're making my point. It just goes to show that a lot of these women, from Crystal, from Beverly Hills, to Sutton, to a lot of these women really don't know what their husbands be doing.
Baby,
but there is a excess. Here's the thing. This is Potomac. There is an excess amount of money. So if Mauricio, who's valued at $100 million, and you have 6 or 7 different properties that you own at any given time, multiple cars, you're paying for Kim Richards everything, her whole life, and you sign in paperwork, sure, you're probably not going to pay attention because you're probably signing paperwork every day. These people are just going to Chanel and returning it. It's not like it's millions of dollars, to be honest with you. Yeah, they scam, but the problem is you make a good amount of money here. You didn't have to redo your house to that extent. You don't have to wear all the best clothes all the time, but that's what you want to do. Eddie having her sign something for Happy Eddie and his job is a little different, and you are a professor. So
it's not though, because if you're putting your trust in your husband, you're putting your trust in your husband. That's it.
But
whether you're Erica Jane over there with a $20 million account and an LLC that you say you know nothing about, the girls do it. That's the point I'm trying to make.
The girls do it. The girls do it, but Wendy. The girls do it, but Wendy. But the difference between Wendy, Erica Jane, and Kyle is that Wendy has 4 degrees, and that is going to work against her. Outside of Kyle and Erica Jane, who were essentially, they didn't go to college because they were teenage mothers. And
having 4 degrees doesn't make you a smart criminal.
It doesn't make you a smart criminal, but you are going to be held to a higher standard than girls she's going to be held to a higher standard.
She will, because of that, and because we also know of other reasons, but it still doesn't take away from the fact that these women do put trust in their husbands. And y'all not gonna act like they don't.
No, I'm not saying that she didn't put trust in her husband, but what I'm saying is when you put your trust in a nigga, you're gonna be going to go do time with that nigga too.
Stupid.
Right.
You figure.
But my man, that's a downfall. But my man,
I do remember. I can see a space where Eddie was the one who planned that when they went out of town. Absolutely. I mean, I'm gonna give her grace there. Maybe
she can ask one of his sister's husbands to run in there and just throw some sook on the floor.
And that's why I would have sold Eddie up the creek and without maybe a piece of a paddle. But understand, baby, okay, since he handled all the money, Your Honor, it's given that he did not want her to know the real financial ruins that they were in. So
I'm just saying, if we Bonnie and Clyde I'm not waking Jamie up. I'm telling Jamie to go in the attic. Go in the attic. Let me deal with the laws. In about an hour, leave. Go pick up the kids and go to Nigeria.
I'm not saying. This is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that Wendy did not have.
Why would you wake me up? That's why I would have told Eddie. If the police are outside, why did you come and wake me up?
Because they about to, because we going to jail.
We're not going nowhere. We're not going nowhere. I know he's coming. This is what I'm saying.
The point that I'm trying to make is, and I'm glad Jamie just said this. At the end of the day, I'm not saying that Wendy didn't have anything to do with it. Because if her ass go to jail, her ass go to jail. But we're not going to sit here and act like there have not been conversations about Eddie being over all the finances. So there is that possibility that somewhere in there that Wendy could have just been signing work like the other girls do, and just saying, "Here you go, baby."
I'm saying I'll give you grace for that part.
That's all I'm saying.
Maybe she was not fully aware. But when you know that you did not actually lose something from Chanel and you are going out and making these purchases, knowing that it's going to go on this report, I can't say that you were not a part of it. Maybe you didn't do the planning, but I really do believe that she did the planning.
This is where the attorney needs to do further investigation, because I would need to know exactly what day and time were those purchases made and how long do you guys keep the cameras on? Was there a signature to be signed? And let me see the signature so that I can compare between my two clients. Who the fuck signed what? You understand? Because if that attorney ain't gonna advocate, I'm gonna be up there advocating for my motherfuckers.
Did y'all notice how
no way.
Jamie gave us journalism degree for the first two sentences?
You know the ring wasn't stolen because you wore it on camera.
And turn right.
That's fine. We got that part. Okay. But again, it don't mean that Wendy wrote it down. Okay. Eddie was the one that purchased both of the rings to give them to her, so he would know more about that than her. In addition, it was other documents that Eddie could have went in there and returned on his own. That man probably keep receipts and went in there in his little box. Let's pull this one out. How much is that? Let's do that one. Okay. I'm just saying.
I still feel like y'all were
85% Eddie for me.
I feel like it is. I feel like it's mostly Eddie. I'm sorry.
I don't listen. Hey.
I do.
So this man, I don't know. Baby. We'll see. If she was using all 67 credit cards, that's a lot.
And I think that we also have to. Let me say this.
I don't believe. I honestly do not believe. I believe what she said about the boxes with the 67 things too. I will give her that. I don't believe that they had 67 credit cards. I don't.
And I think we also have to take into account. 67. I read it was 67 credit cards and debit cards. I think we have to take into account too, what type of credit cards were they? Did you have a mattress firm? Did you have a American Airlines? Did you have a United? Did you have a Deltas? Did you have? You see what I'm saying? Like, I think it's one thing when you have 5 Discovers, 3 American Express, 4 Bank of Americas. But if you have Mattress Firm, Wayfair, JCPenney, Sears, that's a little different to me.
No, she said it wasn't credit cards. She said that those was aliases for packages, and she said there was no 67 credit cards. That's what she said at the reunion.
Oh, she said that?
Yeah, she said that was something that was corrected in court, is what she said.
Oh, I thought she was talking about the alias being credit cards. I didn't know there were no 67.
No.
Well, if she said that, okay.
Well, if she said it, then cool. Yeah. But I still was, if the 67, it is excessive. I'm not going to say it's not. That's a lot. But I do think we have to take into account what type of credit cards were they? Were some of those credit cards expired? Were some of those balances paid off? What were they all Discovered? Were they all City? Were they all American Express? That does make a difference.
How far back?
Okay, so I heard it wrong. I heard it wrong then. They said that she didn't say that. There was 67 credit cards. She said the aliases was for packages, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting if we juxtapose how we're looking at Eddie and Wendy and how we looked at Coach Shaw and Jen Shaw, because I feel like there was a clear line of this is all Jen Shaw. Jen Shaw is going to go down. Jen Shaw was the one spending the money. Jen Shaw was the one. It was her business. Coach Shaw had nothing to do with it.
Not for me.
Well, for the government. No,
yeah, for the government, but I'm just saying for me.
They did not go. They did not have any case against that man. There was no email to the man that implicated him in the same way that Wendy is implicated in this case. So for me, when I look at it, I'm like, I didn't really think too much about Coach Shaw either, because that's not how he chose to live his life. He stayed.
But that was also a federal case, right? And not a state.
But the point would be, if he had implication in it, then he would have also been tried for that.
It was more her assistant, right? It was more with Jen Shaw and her assistant, the guy that she used to ride around with. Then it wasn't nothing with her.
It wasn't nothing with Coach Shaw.
Well, no, that's the point that I'm making.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If there was a case to be made, they would have included him in the case. There's a case to be made with Wendy, and so she's included in the case.
But y'all didn't have that same smoke for Erica Jane. Erica Jane wasn't included in Tom's shit.
I had all the smoke in the world for Erica Jane. Gabor, keep pointing to that square. Gabor's the one that still liked Erica.
No, but that's the point I'm making. Erica wasn't included in Tom's criminal charges, and y'all still dragged Erica Jane.
Erica's in some of the cases.
She wasn't included in his criminal charges.
No.
And y'all still dragged Erica Jane. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Ouch. Wow.
Yes, because she spent the money on her career.
Exactly. You dragged Erica Jane when Erica Jane didn't have nothing to do with those criminal charges.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't. To me, in Erica Jane's situation, I didn't drag Erica Jane.
I'm talking about Mills. I didn't either.
To me, I'm not mad at
her. Down. Wash your hands.
I'm not
Wash your hands.
If give me some money, I'm not worried about where the money came from. I'm not worried about where the money came from if somebody hand me some money.
Me either, baby. I'm just going to the store and spending them.
Yeah.
Swiping it, baby.
Well, I'm not putting.
They might have some on Wendy. Yes, not might. They got something on Wendy. What
no, they have something on Wendy.
They ain't gonna have that on.
Oh my God!
Because I feel period.
No, they got something on. I mean, because Wendy made a statement to the police.
Correct.
So I'm not saying Wendy's all the way clean.
Thank you. I'm just
Wendy made a statement to the police
at the end of the night. But
the only point I'm trying to make is when you look at these scenarios where the men are in charge, it is a possibility that these women don't really know a lot that's going on.
Absolutely.
But Wendy,
that's all I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Wendy was sitting on camera saying that she went over the budget. There is no budget. Wendy quit her job.
What budget?
It was the budget for the house. She said that she went over the budget.
But see,
Wendy was making all of this.
I don't be understanding why y'all connect the house to the quote unquote fraud. When if she's been in her house for a minute, she could take out a piece of equity from her house to get her kitchen redone.
But did she lie on the application?
But that could be also what Eddie told her. You go for the house.
But she still went over, baby. She still went
over, but that doesn't mean that Eddie
came up 400K. We came up 400K. You telling me
because they didn't get all of it.
I think the problem is they both quit their real jobs, and Wendy is spending. We don't know how much they actually make, because we always think about, these people are in the millions. She can make $500,000, $600,000, $700,000, but if you're buying Birkins and Range Rovers and doing $200,000 to $300,000 worth of stuff on your house, you're starting a new business, you're quitting your actual jobs that bring money in. I could see a space where they overshot and they still wanted to look like they were keeping up with the Joneses. They should have both kept their jobs.
But Wendy just quit her job. That's not necessarily true.
When she left
Wendy just quit her job.
She went and got that other job at Westland.
She did. Wendy just quit her job. Wendy quit her job at Johns Hopkins.
And now she got 67 credit cards. The point that I'm making still stands.
But the point is she still had income coming in from her job. She just didn't quit her job to go be a baddie. Wendy quit her job at Johns Hopkins, but she still was a professor just at another college.
Wendy quit her job and then she ended up.
Hold on. If I ever get in any internet beef, you, Gabor, and you, Jamie, I don't need y'all in my defense team. I only need Rodney. Rodney, I need you to believe in me like you believe in
me. But it's the
fact that's hard for me.
Hold on, am I lying, y'all? Did Wendy not just quit her?
Wendy quit her job and she wasn't working for a minute, and then she started teaching a reality TV class. It wasn't like that she quit her job and then she had another, like the next day she went to work. She was off for a bit, and then she started teaching a reality TV course.
But Wendy
doesn't do her any more of her stuff on like CNN and all that either.
Wendy was never a big CNN person though. Wendy would be like on MSNBC. She would be on kind of some of the
low key shows. She's not doing that anymore. And
I mean now she can't because I mean
she wasn't doing that before, Rodney.
They were doing it.
The girl quit. I don't know how else to say it. The girl.
No, I didn't say she didn't quit.
Her mama was mad.
That's not what I said.
Fired. You said she quit and then she got another job. And I'm saying we went through a couple seasons where she was like, I'm not going to work. I don't believe Eddie works at the law firm anymore. I think
we didn't go through a couple of seasons where she didn't say she was going to work.
She just never brought that job up. Because I was even surprised to know she had that job. I didn't even know she had that one.
She quit the job. She quit the job. She was off for a couple of months. By the time the reunion came, they said that she was teaching a reality TV course at the thing. So she did. It wasn't a couple of seasons. She quit the job, was off for a couple of months, and then they had an opportunity for her to teach a reality TV course, and she started doing that. You know, she wants to be seen with the glitz and the glamour. She was teaching. What was she teaching at first? Sociology or something like that. She stopped doing that, and then she started teaching a reality TV course. But that was within the same season. At the end of season, I believe it was at the end of season 9, they said that she started teaching the reality TV course. She had Andy come in. Before Giselle came in, she was fired. I mean, she quit. But, you know, she listen.
The people in the pen, they ain't got no money.
I'm sorry. And now I don't know nothing about Eddie. I don't know nothing about Eddie working or anything like that.
Wendy has always worked. If we're gonna be honest, Eddie was the nigga who ain't never picked up no briefcase. But now we ain't never seen Eddie go to work.
But Eddie got 4 degrees too.
But what I'm saying is we ain't never seen Eddie go to work.
But she said that he was a millionaire.
But what I'm saying is we ain't never seen Eddie go to work.
Okay, so Wendy know what's in a bank account.
No, not necessarily.
She's giving him a check.
She might.
Okay.
The fact of the matter is we ain't never seen Eddie go to work. Why y'all acting like I'm making this shit up?
You not.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what is we doing?
We seen him. I mean, I don't know if we never seen him go to. I mean,
you ain't never seen Eddie send an email. You ain't never seen Eddie meet up with colleagues. You ain't never seen Eddie go pull
Eddie's
up a
not a housewife.
We just started seeing Eddie work when he came out with Happy
He was working for a law firm.
But Eddie is in a housewife. We never seen Michael. We never seen Michael work either.
We saw Michael in his office.
We saw Michael in his office
when he had Ashley sign that prenup.
Right, but we haven't seen him go to work. That doesn't mean we saw Wendy in her office. That don't mean she was working.
But we ain't never seen Eddie in his office at all.
We have seen him in the office.
Well,
they share the office.
Where?
At the house.
In the house.
We saw Michael's office in a 25-story foot. That's what I'm saying.
We never saw Ray's off. I mean, Rodney, we just need you. If we ever get in any trouble on YouTube, we just need you as our defense attorney.
Because I tell the truth. We never saw Ray.
We never saw Ray at his company.
You're not.
And we knew Karen was lying. That's the point.
No, Ray did own a company.
And we never saw.
We knew Ray wasn't the Black Bill Gates.
But we never saw G at the computer company. We do know that he owned that.
Ray didn't have no money because if he did, Karen wouldn't have to pay his bills.
You gotta make millions to spend millions, baby.
Well, he still was spending it because her ass was down there crying about wanting her money back in Monique basement, was it?
Girl, y'all trying to get
I'm just trying to get. All I'm saying is when the women are, all I'm saying is that Eddie is not a housewife, so the camera's not going to be on him 24/7. But what I wanted to say,
Rodney gonna stay on his review. I ain't coming back to them bastards.
And Eddie feel guilty the way he tiptoed his ass out there to check on Wendy.
Girl, I would have screamed. I would have said, Eddie here too. Go get my purse. Go get my purse, baby. The Osepo's in here.
So y'all, we did touch on Giselle not having a package.
We didn't touch on package with Giselle.
I just said we gotta touch on Giselle not having a package. You start, Gabor.
I had this girl this season. She was. I let her go this season.
Why?
I can't. She didn't have any redeeming qualities this season. I've been dragging her all season, chopped cheese and all. This season, if you've been watching Watch What Happens Live, Andy didn't seem happy with Giselle. Her edits that she was getting. Andy did not like that Monique was apologizing to Giselle, and Giselle didn't seem to apologize back to her. He didn't like that Angel wasn't actually evicted, and they ran with that story. And so it was so funny when they were saying, because I was thinking, oh, damn, we still got to get into Giselle package. What we going to do? And when they said that Giselle don't got a package, Giselle started trying to give us her package and said, my daughter's an AKA, get into it. And Andy was like, let's not.
Ooh,
nobody cares. The only thing that happened was that your daddy didn't leave you no generational wealth, baby. Boom! And you were so, baby Ashley, it's so funny because Candace was a house daughter. You know what I'm saying? What is your, it was so funny to me that Jazelle actually contested her daddy's will.
Let's talk about it.
When Candace was a house daughter, Dorothy was paying for this, Dorothy was paying for that. Baby, your mama didn't buy you a house because she couldn't. Your daddy didn't buy you a house because he couldn't.
And your daddy didn't even leave you shit if we're gonna.
And your daddy didn't leave you nothing.
He could have.
Not only he didn't leave you nothing. And so while we were so bad, it was so, we was making fun of Candace for generational wealth, girl, and you went over there running with a loaf of bread on your arm over there to your daddy's wife, for you and your daughters, and they didn't leave you anything, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about
it. Miss Mermaid, generational nothing. Boom!
Nothing. Girl was flying all the way down to New Orleans.
Now she evil. I don't think that my daddy could have held that pen to judge that he held that pen, baby.
Mm-hmm.
He held that pen.
He sure did.
African American artifacts of what? Barbara Jordan is a what?
Your daddy left his stuff to that white lady because he wanted to leave his stuff to that white lady.
Oh, I really enjoyed them putting Jazelle as second seed because we've seen Andy have his favorites and he doesn't really care. He'll put the people he likes first seat, even if they don't have a package, even if they don't have a storyline, like Dr. Jackie and Simone will always sit next to him. But that was the first time I've seen Jazelle be punished for not doing shit. And I loved every minute of it. And I love the fact that Wendy did that. And it didn't come across as a read, but that was the ultimate read. Like, if the audience don't see this, I'm going to say it. And they left it in. I thought that was dope.
I think that with all housewives, I do think there comes a point when you need to take a break. Like, Jazelle has been a housewife for 10 years. Girl, you don't have nothing else going on. Winter, Faith, and fall, summer, whatever, they're going off to college. That was your storyline. You see what I'm saying? Like, I think it's okay. I know that the girls love Jazelle, and I know they think that she's the reason why Potomac goes on, but we are 10 years in. It does come a point where from Kenya to Dr. Heavenly to Karen, if you just got to go to jail, Wendy might have to take a break.
No,
you know what I'm saying? So I just think it comes a point where it should be like, okay, girl, it's time for you to just leave for probably like a season or two. And then maybe you can come back because you don't really have nothing going on. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
And I don't know if y'all caught it, she kind of apologized for her behavior this season.
Who, Ashley?
Are you talking about Jazelle?
Jazelle said, I'm not always open. I'm not always willing to accept new things. I know I'm not always this. I know I'm not always that. She kind of was apologizing for her behavior.
Ashley did the same thing because they didn't have Candace there to blame it on. But real quick, did y'all catch that Jazelle's dad? Okay, high five, honey. Jazelle's dad, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know if y'all could really see it.
You got to do
Curtis, yeah.
But he called this black woman, Barbara Jordan, Aunt Jemima.
Yes, he did.
Hold on. Put the picture up again. How do I make it bigger?
Huh?
How do I make it bigger? Oh, here you go. Yeah, put the picture up again.
Can y'all see it? Hold on, my bad. It's going out.
Yeah, I do remember that story of him calling her Aunt Jemima.
Barbara Jordan, yeah.
That's crazy.
Uh-huh.
You know,
that's why I always say no tea, no shade. The colorists don't fall too far from the colorists. Girl, she get it from her daddy.
I'm from Houston, Texas, born and raised.
So it's take me off.
Sorry.
I'm from Houston, Texas, born and raised. The people told me I should be embarrassed to say that I've heard of Barbara Jordan all my life. I remember when Barbara Jordan died, I was like 4 or 5 years old, and her funeral was on the news. It was a big thing when Barbara Jordan died. I had no idea who Jazelle Daddy was. I never heard of him either. I never heard of Jazelle Daddy until I got on this show. But I knew who Barbara Jordan, and I'm not saying that as a diss towards him. What I'm saying is that Barbara Jordan was a big deal in Houston.
No, Barbara Jordan was a big deal now because she was the first black woman to try to run for president.
And you know the sad thing about it?
What?
The sad thing about it is
you
was out here calling
them Shirley Chisholm.
Not you.
Oh wait, was it Shirley Chisholm? I thought it was.
Yeah, it was Shirley Chisholm.
My bad.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, Sherry.
All right, Portia.
The sad thing about the whole situation is you was out here calling that lady Barbara Jordan, and then you eventually end up marrying a white lady and leaving all your stuff to a white family.
Well, I mean, I will say this: being from Louisiana, I'm not gonna pretend like there aren't like hints of colorism in a lot of things. I'm not surprised that Giselle's dad, who comes across as like mulatto, married another woman who was mulatto and produced children that had, green eyes who I think have some questionable ideologies about featureism and colorism. It's not much of a leap to see that. And then for him to go on to marry a white woman, he didn't go out and marry a Barbara Jordan.
But Grace Angel and Adore look like Barbara Jordan. They look more like Barbara Jordan than the wife.
They sure do. But we're gonna leave them, baby. And I'm gonna go ahead and say it because she's grown now. Because we know that Grace was walking around here playing at Giselle's foundation.
Wow.
Y'all don't remember those pictures of Grace walking around here, girl, looking like she had powdered herself with Giselle's foundation? I said, baby girl,
I remember.
Y'all remember?
I don't remember.
Can we talk about it and tell the truth and shame the devil?
I don't remember that, but I remember when Jazelle didn't let Wendy use her restroom, and and Grace came out on the driveway, and Wendy looked at Grace up and down.
Well, she was probably looking at her foundation that wasn't matching.
She was looking at the foundation, baby.
I thought she was wearing like shorts or something.
She had on a skirt. She had on a dress. But if you're not safe around women, you ain't even safe around the criticism from other women, baby. I'm at home. Wendy looked at that girl like, I know she ain't got that.
Didn't y'all say the kids wasn't off limits?
They not.
Okay.
They grown now.
They putting them right in direct fire. Shout out to Monique.
Let's talk about it.
Because if I'm Stacey, I'm going live tonight and I'm dragging her baby. Stay out of grown folks' business. Y'all don't really have me around here looking like a lie. Y'all had me looking like a lie for how many hours? It's been 24 hours.
On the floor.
Well, Stacey, if we're gonna be honest, got herself looking like a liar.
Well, she do. But I wasn't messing. But let me tell you something though. I wasn't messing with no 350-pound Chris. Did you see them drawers? Shit, she got rid of the 350 pounds. You think I want it? Shit, Diego ain't that big.
Baby, that's a big pair of panties, baby. Ooh.
Okay, so really,
what about the weight loss? So he lost weight now.
Are y'all gonna talk about Angel?
I want to go back really quick to.
What we talking about the queen for?
I want to go back super quick to Stacey. Like I was saying on the last review, it's very clear, and now I can't unsee it, for Andy to sit there and ask Wendy, who's on trial for multiple felonies, he's looking at her body language to try to get Wendy to turn against Stacey. Why would somebody who does not like to see people ganged up on not only vilify Stacey himself, but try to turn Stacey's one last standing friend on the cast against her? That is deep and that is disgusting.
He used to do the same thing to Candace.
I don't think I ever remember him literally making all of those comments about Candace the way that he did about Stacey in reference to the fans eventually going to turn on her. I have never heard Andy say that the fans are going to turn on any. I've never heard that.
I think I remember Andy saying the fans say I should fire you.
That is not the. So when you
and you're a mess on Twitter.
When you put a seed, no, that's him talking about her behavior. But for Stacey,
but you're bringing the fans into my employment.
No. Specifically, the correlation that I'm making is when the fans love her to the point where Vanity Fair has to say she is beloved, and then you say out loud as the owner or whatever executive producer of the show, will the tides turn? Everybody is against you. Everybody's saying you're a liar. Wendy, what do you think? I see your body language. That is planting a seed in somebody's head when the fans already have the seed that they love her. You see the difference?
No, I think it's worse when it comes to Candace because the fans already hate you. And I'm also going to get on this platform and say they can't stand you and they want me to fire your black ass.
I think that that's
even worse because they don't even like you.
I think that the thing that's the same with both of them is that it feels like the person who's supposed to be the mediator here is against both of y'all.
Right.
I feel like it's you're supposed to be a mediator, and it feels like that you're jumping on me with them
because he thinks she fake.
Yes, I agree with that.
I don't even like what he said to Wendy.
What did he say to Wendy?
He said, "I'm thinking about you got kids. you got kids, and is there a plan for when you go away? And she said, hopefully we don't have to use that. I just thought that was too far to ask, child.
I rolled on the effing ground when he got Karen, because he did want her to take accountability and say, I'm alcoholic. And when she didn't, and she gave her whole spiel and did the Grand Dame bullshit, at the end of it, he said to her, hold on, because I wrote this shit down. Blah, blah, blah. He said, you're doing the work at your pace. That at your pace took me out. I was rolling on the ground. Yes, people are mad that they're applauding Karen like she's done something. There was no accountability. You got caught. But when he said, I'm glad that you're doing the work at your pace, that was the best shade I had heard in a long time from Andy, because it was so subtle. But it definitely said, girl, you've not really taken accountability. So we're just going to let you make it.
But I think that's the problem, though, because it just goes to show he has a different type of energy for different people. Because the way that Andy was asking Wendy those questions, like he was a DA, girl, what's going on? But then you get mad at, you want to turn the fans against Stacey. But then when Karen comes out, and this heifer got not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 alcohol-related offenses.
Talk about it.
And you kind of just let her kind of like skip on in the wind. Well, girl, that's who you should have been questioning.
You got Michael sexually assaulting black.
You got Michael sexually assaulting people. You got Ashley low-key covering it up. Like, I'm not saying that you can't ask the questions. And I'm not, and again, based off what Wendy said, it sounds like they had already gave her the questions and she went over with her attorney. But you were asking those questions like, girl, Wendy was on trial. And then Karen just kind of skip out. And it's like, so, girl, you say you're not an alcoholic? Okay. Girl, what?
I thought that was funny. Suez Canal says there was way too much that wasn't discussed. The realtor that allegedly told Wendy about Angel wanting to pay $1,000. Stacey not being safe around husband and children.
Yeah.
And is it me or is Bravo Andy over the girls?
He
the
over
black
the
girls.
But can I say something?
He act like that. He act like that at the traders reunion too. Let's move on. If you don't want to do it, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Andy makes me sick with that. To that realtor, to the comment, that realtor had to be telling Wendy. I believe that the realtor told Wendy something, because when I thought about it, the mark that the amount that she said, $14,000 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Angel came out and said, "Ha, that's how much we were paying for rent." So for Wendy to have that number somewhere in what she said, that realtor had to have told Wendy something.
No, what she said was the Airbnb said that it would. So what she said was that she got the place from a place that wasn't on Airbnb. Wendy actually said 2 prices. First, she said that it was. It was $3,000 a month. She needed to look like $25,000. Then she said it was $25,000, and she needed to look like $1,000. What Angel said that she think that they went on Airbnb and seen that the place was on Airbnb, but that's not the place that she got the place to. And they said that I forgot what she said, but she said that she was bringing the receipts to the reunion. But my thing is, I don't know if they bought it and they thought that we didn't want to see that. I could care less about Karen. I could care less about Monique. You get what I'm saying? We want to see what happened this season. We don't give a damn about that. But she said that she had the receipts, and she said the woman said that she never talked to Wendy at all.
It just is. It's a little weird that that's the cross you want to fall on when you can't afford your own shit. But I do understand.
But she let it go. I will say this though, when I will say this for Wendy, and I thought that she did a good job with this. When Angel said what she said about her, she did not push back against Angel. To me, I feel like it's certain shit you just don't have to eat. And if you up here accused of fraud, and I say that she was I was the red herring for you and the whipping boy, Wendy just said she got the right to say that. She didn't really put up a fight to it, and I think that's what she should have did.
When you lied, you not only lied, but you put that woman's license at risk.
Yeah, you did put that woman's license at risk. All for Jazelle and Ashley, girl. That is a losing ship. That is a losing ship.
Giselle said
Ashley bring up that man that took her mama to the bridge every season, and we haven't seen him yet. That is a losing ship.
True.
You said what?
That whole point of Andy, was it Andy said, is your mother doing well? Because oftentimes, it's not just one on drugs.
Oh, she had her sister on the show. That girl looked like she was cutting wet grass.
Got this baby up here crying for your damn benefit.
Yes, she is. She said, you're going to have to work for this money.
I do think that the girl probably couldn't say nothing, but knowing me, I probably would have said something. I would have said, do we know if the spirit of molesting and sexually assaulting people is passed down from fathers to sons? Are we going to go and make sure that your children aren't touched with that spirit since your husband is? Like, I don't know. You can't be up here talking about my dad on drugs. Like it's your storyline. That should never make it to the show.
Never.
But I don't think the daughter likes the daddy though.
That's not the point.
But it ain't Ashley daddy.
It's not. Your daddy won't even open the door for you. So let's talk about that.
But Ashley, Michael is the only reason why that girl had a roof over her head.
Didn't even put Ashley in the obituary. It's crazy.
Michael is the only reason why the woman had a roof over her head. When Ashley got with Michael, she said that Michael bought her mama a house, bought her mama a car, and helped her clean up her credit. And Michael was going to cut her mother off because the man was over there living up over there without no job. All he had was a cold one every day.
Drugs.
But yeah. I hate to. I'm gonna defend Ashley for a quick second.
He put her brother through college.
That's all I'm saying. Whatever Ashley said about the stepdaddy, the sister clearly didn't give a damn. Because she said that right on TV and film scenes with Ashley.
How do we know that she knew that the conversation was going to be about her dad being on drugs? That's something deeply personal, and Ashley is sharing that on national TV.
Yeah, I don't want to go to college and everybody know my daddy like a cold one and took my mama up under a bridge. I mean, I'm not going to box and dropped her other kids off with her mama.
I don't know how to say it, so I'm just gonna say it. We're not gonna act like the girl is just some dumb girl who ain't never seen Ashley on TV for 10 seasons.
But we don't know what type of alcohol syndrome that the girl got.
I've never heard.
Like the girl daddy ain't shit. That's what it come down to. She know her daddy ain't shit.
It's not about that. It's about
it is. Because
you have a ain't shit.
Because if Ashley knows that the daddy ain't nothing, the daughter knows that it ain't nothing. We're not gonna act like this girl don't have a functioning brain to come on TV and know that the conversation that her and Ashley gonna have. Like these girls gonna sit down and say, "Okay, girl, we're gonna talk about this."
Yeah, it may have given. I need my money.
That's a grown woman. That's
I need my money for school, so let me show up and talk about my daddy and cry.
If I'm not actually making money off of exploiting my dad's drug habit, I don't need Applehead doing it.
But if she don't like her dad, she don't care though.
I believe that
Ashley is the breadwinner.
Ashley said that she is going to help the girl. And so I think that I'm not trying to be funny. I just think that, girl, you're going to have to go get your money. Ashley got to put you through school. I got to get this.
Exactly.
Food. I got to get this food so I can help
you.
Uncle Lumps help me. You're going to have to get over here. Listen, we don't got it like that. You got to tell your daddy was alcoholic.
No.
And I hate to say it, but it's no different. It's no different.
He took my mama under the bridge. She dropped me off with my grandmother, and she went under the bridge with the man who was not a Cartwright.
And if we're gonna be honest, what Ashley doing ain't no different than what Candy used to do with her family. I mean, girl, Hello?
And her grandmother said that he was a good man, child.
Candy had her mama, had her daughter, had Block on the show, had her daughter crying over her daddy. Y'all don't remember that. Had Aunt Nora on the show, had her mama about to fight Carmen. Had Miss Sharon on the show about to fight Mama Joyce. Candy did the same shit.
Each one, but that's actually Candy's reality. This woman is putting out her sister's dad's personal business, as in he's a drug addict. She is a young girl in college. She's not signed up for the show the same way Ashley has. And if we're really talking about doing shit, Candy built generational wealth for each person in her family. It's a little different than you paying the bills and exploiting them completely. Karma was going to get that shoe thrown at her, whether that camera was rolling or not.
The other difference is,
I understand what you're saying, Mills, but how can if I don't have this flute, how can I support my sister in college? I can't help and support her unless I got this flute. So, baby, we're gonna have to get on this camera and talk about your daddy. I've been dragging him for 9 seasons. It won't hurt another. It won't hurt a 10th season, baby.
That's all I'm saying. We're not gonna act like we haven't known about Ashley's stepdaddy.
I mean,
if Candy can have Riley on TV as an underage child, I mean, well, of course you're a child. As a child crying about black, then Ashley can have her goddamn sister on TV talking about it.
I want to say what the difference is with Candy.
Come on now.
When Candy has people on the show that she's talking about, they are actually the people on the show. Ashley is bringing somebody on the show. Bringing up somebody on the show by way of her family members, that is exploiting the hell out of them. At least if Candy has an issue with a relative, she's going to bring that person on the show. Ashley over here talking SHI about this man, and it's slick giving he need to send her ass a cease and desist.
But we don't even know him.
That's true. That's true. But that's true. I'm with you when you're right.
The beauty of it, we never seen the man.
Right. And
but I think the
Uncle Lump wouldn't have said it.
But I think the thing I'm always going to rest on is it's not like we didn't know about this man prior to this season.
We didn't know he was on drugs. We did know
he was on drugs.
I don't remember the drugs.
We knew he was on drugs. We knew they did it in drugs. We knew he wasn't paying no bills. We knew all of that.
That's true.
I knew about the bridge. I knew about the bills. I didn't know about the drugs.
Baby, if you knew about the bridge, you knew about the drugs.
You think those
I didn't know about
under 59 because it was fun?
What, you thought he was a hippie?
Hold on. But the mom lives under the bridge too, so we just gonna act like there's no drugs there.
Yes, it's drugs there.
Yes!
I see the drugs all over Sheila.
Jesus.
The mama over there coughing up blood, baby.
Let's talk, baby. That's giving drugs, baby.
It's the mama coughing up blood.
Drugs all over Sheila is wild.
Baby, who drops their child off to go live under a bridge?
A crackhead.
Okay, let's talk.
I'm just saying we never talked about Sheila being on drugs. Andy just
let me walk it back because y'all get me too excited, and I don't want to be. I don't know if the lady. Okay, I don't know if the lady on that shit or not. Okay,
I don't know if she's still on that shit.
I don't know if she's on the shit or not. So let me be very clear.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Because I don't want no parts.
Hold on 1 second. Okay, continue.
All I'm saying, I don't know if Sheila was on drugs. I don't. Mm-hmm. I was getting too excited with y'all. I don't know if Sheila was on drugs. However, if you're a grown woman living under a bridge with your man,
something wrong, especially for your mama to be sitting up there. I like him. I like him.
And to this day, this season.
Do you remember when she had pink eye and Ashley handed her that baby? She had a
I remember when Ashley told her, "This man is zapping the life out of you, mommy," and she was over there talking about, "Ashley, what did I do to Michael? What did I do to the man? I just want to talk to him, bitch. He don't want to be paying for you and this nigga. Get him out of here, bitch. Because if he here, he gonna put me out too, bitch. You gotta let that nigga go."
Thank you. Because I know we've had conversations. Come on, good boy. Yes. I know we've had conversations about how Sheila was gonna mess up Ashley's money.
Yeah, she was messing up Ashley's bread.
Because if Ashley had to crawl her way to the top to sit with that old white man, and now this man who is taking care of us is telling you that he's not taking care of your man, you gonna mess it up for me.
Yeah. He said the man gotta go. She talking about gonna have a conversation. Bitch, the man said what he got to say. Get him out of here.
Michael I don't like Michael, but I was with Michael on that. And then Sheila come back this season talking about, I like to work. No. I like to work. And girl, you got to ask her talking about you coughing up blood.
Working 18-hour days. Girl, bye.
To not be at home with him.
Baby, we just sweaty and mad to her forehead. She's talking about, I like to work. And Ashley's talking about, Mama, you coughing up blood, girl. And she like, no, I like to work just sweaty and hot.
And Ashley all up in the woman's face. Mommy,
are you trying to say she had a holiday heart?
You, mommy. Her mama just looking, and y'all talking about the woman ain't no eyes glossy like that, child. Girl.
I believe Sheila alone, because I like Ashley, believe it or not. And I don't want to be talking about her mama like that. But
wait till she see you at Bravo.
Okay, I like, hey Ashley girl, you know you my girl. You just get on my nerves sometimes, but
Uncle Lump is the only upstanding citizen in their house.
I feel like it's Uncle Lump too. And if we're gonna be honest, Sheila's mama ain't shit either. Because y'all saw she sit on that. Y'all saw she sit on that chair talking about he's always like me. Talking about the man who had your daughter living under a tent under our chin. Let me shut up.
Is this what you said Sheila's wig was looking
Sheila be looking up, and that's why, that's exactly why Candace told her when Ashley got her together in Candace's house. Do you want to talk about the mothers? Do you want to talk about the mothers?
Ain't no way she would have told me the girl. You mad at my house that my mama got me a house because your mama couldn't. She couldn't, baby. But she could go get you a 10. We got them in the bag.
We gotta get through these super chats. Thank you guys. All super chats will be split. Y'all, what you've seen was a little bit behind the scenes because when we end this live, this is the shit that we be talking.
And I'm sober too, baby. So y'all better be glad I ain't got that tequila in my system.
This is definitely messy because what the F is he friends with the likes of Cookie? M Love Black says.
Right.
Yeah, I think
he likes some messy Cookie.
Let's create what Toya says. Y'all, I started rewatching season 1 and look at how young Sharice's son was, and Ashley was 27 years old at the time. Yuck. I don't
tragic.
Both the dog and Cam are gonna be
my God. Clifford.
Oh Jesus. Suez now both the dog.
Oh no. I just thought of
that's so not nice. Not
Clifford. That's the only thing that could have ransacked the house is Clifford.
I'm not gonna lie. When my cousin got on that camera talking about, girl, my daddy about to buy me my 4th cell phone, baby, I gagged. I said, oh my God. No, I said, no cousin Cam. No cousin Cam.
Cam are gonna be exhibits for the prosecution's case.
Baby, because that baby said that my daddy, I got 4 cell phones. I said, I got 2 phones.
Baby, she told, oh girl, baby, you gotta keep up. Arabella, you gotta keep up, baby.
I got 4 cell phones.
This is how it's done. This is how it's done now.
You also said Cam was the one that discovered the robbery, right?
That's what Wendy said.
He didn't say she discovered the robbery. She thought that Zoe made a mess. I say, girl, what's up?
Oh, yeah, that's what it was. I'm sorry.
Zoe made a mess. I say, girl, she got 4 cell phones, but she don't know what a robbery look like.
What's up, Really B? She says, love this panel.
Hey, Really B.
Hey, Really B.
Hey, Really B.
Destination Sunrise says, what about listing the ring in the robbery and still wearing it? Was that Eddie's idea too? Would you like to answer this, Rodney?
Listen to what I'm saying, baby. I'm not about to go back and forth about that lady. I don't even know that lady. All I'm saying is this.
We answered that.
All I'm saying is this. I'm not saying Wendy's hands are clean, baby. Clearly, the hands ain't clean. Hello? But what I'm saying is I think I'm saying that I could see how a lot of this could fall on Eddie. I mean, Wendy still can go to jail.
Right.
But I'm just saying that
the one that purchased the wedding and engagement ring. So he got the coin. He know how much it was and where he got them from and the dates.
Thank you so much, Destination.
I was saying that.
Huh?
Girl, I don't know that lady.
Wendy and Eddie seemed like genuine love. If not like each other, so that's probably complicates things. They probably don't want to turn on each other. I could see him wanting to protect her and make sure that she's still out because she's the one who can still make the money. It would make sense for him to go to jail because he can't be a lawyer anymore. And even when he was a lawyer, it wasn't like, he was a top lawyer. So I could see her protecting him. I mean, him protecting her. Alex Swan, to Gaboy's point, the prosecution will do everything to prove Wendy knowingly engaged in fraud. Her academic background and consistency in highlighting her academic superiority on camera will be used against her.
Absolutely, of course. Every single thing you see on TV will be used against her. How it's going to land, with the jury is one thing, and then how far her attorneys make them prove what they're saying.
I remember
so they might have a compelling argument against this, possibly.
I remember watching New Jersey the first.
But you're right.
And I remember they were building that ugly ass house, and Teresa took $120,000 in cash and brought that to the furniture store and said, in her Maserati, I didn't even know what Maseratis were back then, in her Maserati, and said, I'll come back with the rest.
You're lying.
No, it was.
I heard about that. I never watched, but I have heard Teresa had a wad of cash. It went to that store.
And that was just the down payment for the furniture she wanted. I can't read your name, but it says Holy Ghost fire at Wendy. I love y'all together. Good talk. Well, thank you.
Holy Ghost fire is crazy.
I went through some of the messages and there was a lot of people like, oh, I found you through Jamie's channel. I found you through Gabor or Rodney. And then I saw other people saying they found some of you guys through these panels.
Yeah.
But that was dope. State the Great said Wendy had so much to say about Karen and her jail situation. She was quickly humbled when Karen told her to be quiet about her situation.
I think she was confused. Like, who the hell is you? I have counsel. You didn't listen to your counsel. I listened to mine. My counsel told me that I can share this. So yeah.
I don't remember Wendy having so much to say about Karen's situation.
Am I wrong? Other than the drunk stuff. Other than her saying somebody said she was drunk.
Yeah, and that was after that was on Mad Day.
No, during the season, Wendy did not say anything, and she stopped anybody that was around her from saying anything about her outside of Karen's presence.
Not Gabor got Wendy back. See, listen.
I do. I'm there. When it's right, it's right. Y'all don't even admit that Karen is the real colorist of the show, but y'all don't. You know, we don't got to talk about that.
I don't like that Karen did that at all. First off, there's no contrition when you're coming in with 8 people. Why would you need 8 assistants? You weren't even on the show.
Oh,
you did. You weren't like. You don't like. I don't think Beyonce's team is 8 people. When Karen walked into the reunion, she had on that fur coat and like 8 people.
Oh, that bitch was motto. That bitch.
She looked good.
Yeah, she looked good, but I was thinking, baby, Karen don't have a care in the world, baby. Miss Thing said, girl, who went to jail? Karen got out that car with a floor-length fur on, sunglasses, heels, slacks, baby, and about 10 people walking behind her. I said, girl.
And she'll be more of the same. One season after, she's not on the show anymore. The money's not there. Karen is not loaded. It looks stupid, to be honest. There's no real contrition. You won't even call yourself an alcoholic. So how the hell are you going to teach a class on people accepting what's going on with them and fixing it?
That's all I'm saying about Karen. I love Karen. I started going up for Karen at BravoCon 2023, believe it or not. Mm-hmm. But it is true that Karen... I don't know how Karen can be held accountable. I don't know if Karen is accepting accountability when you have not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 alcohol-related offenses, and you still refuse to call yourself alcoholic. I know why, because Karen is still gonna drink. You know what I'm saying? Hey. So when she refers to herself as someone in recovery, she's talking about those pills she used to pop. So as long as I can put it on him, the man who was giving me the pills, I can stop those pills. But what I'm not gonna do is stop having a cocktail.
She sure ain't.
Luann did it. Luann went back and forth after she got arrested and was threatening to kill them cops. She kept drinking and was like, it's just, it's not all the time. So I could see Karen going the same route. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of it like a normal person. In order to be on Housewives, you have to be eccentric and over the top and a mess in real life. So maybe I'm expecting too much from the woman who grew up on the peanut farm and went and met a raisin in the sun and got married and became rich with the wife.
But you know what I think Karen's downfall is and will be is because, and I might be a part of it too. We do kind of gas Karen up a tad bit, but I think Karen lives. Now that falls on Karen. Karen lives in that Delulu, if that makes sense. Like, I think that one of the things with the girls on Bravo is that they think that they are real bona fide celebrities. Girl, they call y'all Bravo celebrities for a reason. Because in real life, in the grand scheme of celebrity, girl, you're really a nobody. You know what I'm saying? But I think that once they get a small taste of celebrity and fame, I think it goes to their heads. And when you're a delusional person like Karen, it really kind of like blows her head up. So she's the one who will go to jail and come back and say, "Oh, I taught AA in jail, and now I'm back with my fur coat on, and calling Stacey a liar."
You can't teach Alcoholics Anonymous if you don't think you're an alcoholic.
There we go. Why are you teaching Alcoholics Anonymous when you say you're not an alcoholic? How you coming back calling Stacey a liar? Girl, I wish you would have told me some shit like that. How you calling me a liar, Karen, when you came in the first season telling a lie about you and your life?
Rodney, Joy says she likes the gray in your beard.
Thank you. I'm gonna try to keep it for a little bit. It's trying to give me zaddy tease a little bit. I like
that's what she says, zaddy.
Oh,
what they call them? Golden fox. What they call them?
Oh, that's Joy.
I said Joy.
I know her.
I'm dead. That this is
Girl, when I'm
You were this is the
work
embodiment of Karen not realizing that Stacey was sitting next to her on the couch. This is the real life equivalent.
Silver Fox, my bad. Silver
I know her.
You want to tell us the story how you know her?
We used to work together at a call center.
Okay, well, what's up,
I'm
Joe?
almost sure that's her. Come on.
I didn't work on no call center, nigga.
Okay. It was
don't put me out there.
Okay. Thanks for calling. This is Rodney. How can I help you?
I'm screaming.
Why was I watching Ferranda's old shit? Because I love Ferranda from Top Model. And I think she's from Alabama, right? She's from Arkansas. She's from Little Rock, Arkansas. But she would change her voice because she used to work as a sex line operator. I love Ferranda. I'm sorry.
So did Gabby Ray to the Bay.
Huh?
Gabby Ray to the Bay used to work as a online, like a voice.
That's hilarious. Hey Joy, thank you. The people said, I like your name. Eddie is not a bar certified attorney. He's a lawyer, not an attorney. There's a difference.
Clock that T, mamas.
The people said if he's not certified, like if he gets in trouble or ends up having like a criminal record, does that mean he can no longer be a lawyer, or would that be if you're a bar certified attorney?
That's a good question, because I always thought the rules were stricter, like if you're a bar certified, but I wonder. That's a good question.
What's up, Miss D Green? She said, and your mother created every hue. Shame, Grace. This is when Gabor was talking about her.
I did not say that. That was very right.
Gabor, remember you told us when you were walking through Target one time and you saw everything sitting on the ground? That's what you said?
To God, I did. It was on the floor. It wasn't even a shelf, baby. It was laying on the floor. I say, damn.
Remember you saying that?
They were trying to get Erica Lyles, our business partner, for that on New York.
Oh, Erica Lyles, she's foul.
Is she's not going to be on there?
I don't think so.
I just want to see more melanin. Like I'm like they keep creating these franchises, and
you gotta really
two black women. Like, come on, guys.
You gotta really squint to see if Erica Lyles on there. You know, she lighter than Giselle.
I believe she is.
And that's why Ray liked her. Another instance of Giselle trying to ruin somebody's marriage. I'm gonna do a giveaway for some Every Hue. You can still get it on eBay, like used ones. Esquire says, if you knew about the bridge, you knew about the drugs. Took me out. Gabor is crazy.
That's the truth, baby.
Come on,
let's be real.
Hilarious.
Oh, what's up? Sarah, love it when y'all get together. Thank you so much for the very generous super chat. And Lucky Charm says, so no one saw Jazzy's wig.
Yeah, we didn't like it.
Yeah,
I didn't like Stacey. I didn't like Stacey's wig.
Me neither. I didn't like hers either.
I was at the wig shop today for my next top model video, and
I was thinking the wig shop.
I was at the wig shop today for my next top model spoof. And I was looking at the pictures and I was like, Stacey should do a shake and go wig line. Like all of her wigs look like she would do really good and she could be the model. She looked like I could see that working for her.
Like a Vivica A. Fox?
But a down tier, like fully synthetic wigs.
No, I get what you like. I think that would be foul for Stacey.
Yeah, I think her and Cynthia.
Like, I'm not even trying to be funny, but yeah, I think that will be foul.
Cynthia got hers connected with Portia.
Like a fool.
Who's buying
her and Drew? They got a line through Portia's Go Nature.
I don't understand stuff like that from Cynthia.
Cynthia should have done a Moo line. Now I know that Phaedra was being shady when she was like, my mother shops at the plus size catalog that she models in. Mm-hmm. But Cynthia, if she would have had something in Kohl's, if she would have done a line of affordable like clothing at Burlington Coat Factory, that's the shit that actually makes you money. Nobody's buying an $800 leather backpack from Cynthia or $400 glasses from Cynthia.
I'm with you when you're right. I 100% agree.
Jamie's mad she's trying to get a sponsorship from Cynthia.
I feel like sometimes this is gonna sound so.
Is she paying me some money?
This is gonna sound so wrong. What I'm about to say. I think sometimes the girls get ahead of themselves. Are we gonna talk about Angel?
Are we gonna talk?
I'm gonna defend
that's what
Angel
Sheree
for
did. Sheree got ahead of herself too.
Right.
See, look, this even looked kind of like Stacey. Stacey could do this in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I agree.
So, do this look like a Tyra wig?
It don't look. I mean, probably from back in the day. You know, her modeling days when she wanted. That dude.
Like the red hair.
I just saw it. Yeah, it does give Tyra.
My niece is gonna be Tyra in the skit.
It does give
only
Tyra.
$9.99.
Oh, that's a cute. That's a cute $9. That's a cute $10 wig.
You're still in the running and becoming America's Next Top Model.
But no, I was looking at that and I was definitely thinking Stacey should do that. That would make the most sense.
Yeah, it would make sense.
A full synthetic wig line.
I agree.
People don't want to attach themselves to like shit that's inexpensive, but it's the inexpensive stuff that makes money.
There we go. Like, and I think that's the problem with a lot of the housewives. They automatically think, I hate to say it, they think that they can say, oh, I'm going to sell you some $900 luggage. Girl, Cynthia, ain't nobody buying no C, B, whatever. If you would have made it probably, $75 for a backpack, you probably would have been good to go. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm going to spend $800, girl, I'm just going to go ahead and go over to the Gucci store. No shame.
$800 for a leather backpack is crazy.
Like, it's crazy.
That was Cynthia's prices. Okay. Guys, we are. Okay.
Can I say something about Angel real fast? Yeah.
And
I think that the people.
Hold on 1 second, 2 seconds, Ronnie. Right. Jamie is about to hop off. Jamie got everything in life that's going great. She got a husband. She got 2 kids.
I know that's right.
Jamie is the dream. And we then kept her for over 2 hours. So thank you so much, Jamie.
Of course. Thanks for
having me. Your voice is gone, girl.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Feel better.
I'm about to go get my rest on.
Thank you.
Okay.
Feel better.
Bye. Thanks for having me. See y'all later.
Bye-bye.
Rodney, you can close out with your angel stuff.
Okay, let me just say this real fast.
Hold on.
Okay, here we go.
What'd
you say, Gabor?
I'm just saying. Let's go.
I think here we go. All right. Uh-huh. I think that Angel, when it comes to that trip, I'll talk more about this in my review because I don't want to stay on her too long.
I can't defend this trip, baby. Go ahead and get her.
Go ahead.
Go get her. Get her.
I'm not gonna get Angel. I was gonna defend Angel.
How you gonna defend? What could you defend about the trip?
Because the girls are acting like Angel dropped them off in the forest somewhere. Girl, you was in Denver, girl. Girl, the way that y'all was acting like Angel dropped them off 5 hours away, no cell phone service, no water, no hotels. That's how they were acting.
It was, baby. Angel is just sloppy. She's just sloppy.
Because we've seen Jazelle and Robin go get a hotel room before.
Mm-hmm.
So what was the problem this time?
To me, I just think that Angel is just sloppy.
I think it's sloppy to sit around and not be able to wash your cat for 24 hours.
No, I would not do the no water thing. That would be a problem for me. I wouldn't even do it for 1 day.
Can we talk about it? That's all I'm saying.
Like wash your hands to eat. You go, what are you using Purell after you poop?
That's all I'm saying. As soon as I walked into that house and we had issues, if I'm one of the girls and I'm one of the rich girls and I got the coin, there's no debating on what I'm going to do. I'm getting my purse, I'm getting my keys, and I'm gone.
Rich is a stretch.
I think that the water worked a little bit and then it worked. It wasn't, I don't think that every time they went to turn the water on, it worked. But I think they was exaggerating when they said that they didn't have any water at all.
Anyways, I want Angel to come back next season.
I would have a problem if I wasn't chosen to be.
I want her to come back without Kay.
I think Tia and Angel could go, and Kay, to be honest. I think they need to recast.
Yeah.
I don't like Tia.
Me neither.
Because she came for Stacey? Oh,
no, because Tia really didn't show us anything about a lifestyle, but she kept talking about elitism and things like that. I didn't see anything that was what did Nene say? Fabulous? No. From Tia.
And she also didn't. Her package was like 15 seconds.
She didn't really give anything, but she talked a lot about lifestyle. I feel like if you are gonna be that braggadocious, then show me something. You drive an older Mercedes, you have more of a regular home, and everything that you talked about is something that you used to have or attached to somebody else. And then the worst part is that you try to make other people seem less than you. Like, oh, well, you married up. Well, are you up? Because maybe I don't want to be you. You look real basic to me. There was nothing that was it was weird that she tried to put somebody else down about money. Oh, you stay in your $150,000 townhome. That's the best you got.
I like Tia. I want Tia to come back. I think that she's a strong player in the game.
Rodney like everybody, because what y'all don't know is he be backstage at BravoCon eating with all these people, drinking champagne and being fabulous.
I don't like everybody. What I'm saying is I don't have to necessarily like you to also want to see you on the show. Like, I don't have to even go up for you. Like,
what did she give though, Rodney? What did you like about her? I guess I would say.
I thought that she has a voice. I believe that while, yes, it came across as braggadocious about her life, I think she also let it be known that we was broke after a while because my daddy went through the money. Like, it wasn't like she just tried to act like I got this money to this very day. Tia did say we had money, but then because my daddy wasn't good with the money, he messed it up and he blew through it. And he didn't leave us nothing.
When she was in 8th grade.
She said that. So it's not, I think that while, yes, Tia did come on like I'm a princess and I am this and I am that, she also, it was like, I followed the story. She did let it be known that finally, and I remember even saying, girl, and this is no shade because I live in just this 600 square foot apartment, but I remember looking at Tia's house like, Tia be talking like she got all the money, and girl, I'm looking at your house like, girl, it's regular, smegular, degular. But Tia, I think, was honest in what she gave. She had a storyline.
No, I do not feel like for me, when I watched the season, yes, she talked about her dad losing the money, but everything else was I was on my uncle's yacht and such and such and such and such, and I've done this and I've done that, and I'm so gainfully employed and stuff like that. So it presented that she's still of that same caliber, but she's looking down on the other girl's money and finances, and I think that there's a disconnect. You're not living like Lisa Vanderpump.
I can see that, but I think that's with some of the girls.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got Karen walking around here calling set the ground down.
I don't see it for her. I don't really see what her package was about. Like, I don't
know. Her family, her life, her kids, her husband. She would introduce us to her sister. Tia had a storyline.
Everything I saw in the reunion was really about her issues with Stacey.
But even with but even if you take out the reunion, when you think about the season, Tia had a very strong storyline. We found out about her father's infidelities. We even met her sister. Yeah, we met her husband, her kids. We saw her at work. We saw her employer, her co-workers. Tia had a strong storyline. Now the other girls, not so much. Tia had a strong storyline, but we don't have to go back and forth about it, but Tia had a very strong storyline. Am I lying?
I feel like Tia was just like a Jazelle yes man, to be honest with you. And I just don't see it for her. It's not just because of the Stacey thing. I guess I have an issue when I feel like people are looking down on other people about their money.
Why do you watch the Housewives? Because that's all of them. Hello?
Yeah, but she's not giving me fabulous. I'm sorry.
But what girls are?
You know, y'all.
From what I heard, they said the RHOP was out of town the other day and her debit card didn't work.
It didn't. It did. It did eventually.
Erica Jane went from living in a mansion to a 1-in-1.
I mean, Gabor had a conversation about this other day.
Erica Jane said she was getting beat after time. She was with a man.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I haven't watched.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So let's close out. Rodney loves everybody.
I don't love everybody. I don't have an issue with you until you present to me that you're very, very, very problematic.
Who do you want gone, or do you want the whole cast to come back?
Okay. I do. Realistically speaking, I'm gonna make this quick. Realistically speaking, Jazelle is gonna come back. Karen, Wendy, Tia, Stacey. I could see Kay probably going. I could probably see Jazzy probably going. And I could probably see them bringing in probably like a new girl. I don't question mark beside Angel. Now, who I want to come back on my screen is Candace Dilla Bassett. Okay, but is she gonna come back? Probably not.
Do you think they're gonna keep Monique as a friend?
Oh, Monique is probably coming back too. Yes.
Oh no,
as a friend or main character.
I can see Monique coming back as a main character.
No,
I can see it. Okay. But it also depends on too. Chris would have to sign off on her kids being on TV. That was the issue that Kenya had with Mark one time when they started blurring out Brooklyn's face.
He's not.
You have to have. He's not gonna sign off. So if that happens, I can see Monique possibly coming back as a friend. But if the network likes her, like they did Kenya, they'll still probably bring her back and just probably blur out her kids' faces.
Why? To be honest with you, I don't think she really needs the kids as a storyline because
she doesn't.
Giselle can be on the show and there's no kids in her house and no man to show.
But Giselle, I hate to say it, but Giselle is Giselle.
Yeah. I don't think she needs the kids though.
No, I don't even think some of them even need their husbands. Sometimes.
Gabor, where are you at with it?
I want Tia gone.
No, he said her first.
I want Jazzy gone. I want Kay gone.
Mm-hmm.
And I want Monique gone. And that's it. Everybody else
like a recast.
Huh?
So that would leave Stacey.
That would only leave 6 girls.
And other people could just be friends of and just like spots.
No, I don't want them. I don't want Kay as a friend of. I want Angel to stay.
Mm-hmm.
Kay can go, Jazzy can go, Monique can go, and Tia can go. I just think that the friend group is going to be boring though, because for the most part we've seen these girls already.
I don't think Angel has anybody to film with though, Gabor.
They'll give her a new chance. Karen is there now. Karen had already said, "Girl, if I was there, I could have helped you."
I think they should make her a friend of the show and just give Angel friend of status and let her work for it. Because I think they just threw a peach at her because she had money. I mean, a flute at her. I can't imagine that she was interesting when they were interviewing her.
I think that she needs to get from under Kay. I think that Kay be chin checking her all the time. I think that she is abused, but it's not by Bobby. I think that she's been abused by Kay.
I think Ashley would do a great job as a friend of, like, make her work for it too.
Like, Ashley, it's time for Ashley to take a break. No, Ashley could come back as a friend of, honestly.
Yeah,
Ashley got too much pride.
I think they need a recast. I think that they were nervous because Karen wasn't there, and they just threw everything at the wall. That's why the reunion set had so many people on it.
But I thought it was a good season, though. I thought the Angel had a great season. The season was about Stacey and Angel.
And if we're gonna be honest, Stacey gonna have an issue because if the girl stopped beefing with Stacey, she ain't got nothing going on either.
I don't think they're gonna stop. I don't think they're smart enough to ice her out.
I'm just saying, it was one point in this season, the second half, where I remember Stacey started kind of falling to the back because they weren't really beefing. When they started beefing with Angel and they wasn't really beefing with Stacey, Stacey wasn't a large part of the conversation. It was all about Angel and that trip.
And once they got Angel,
I was like, well, Stacey, girl, you kind of fall into the back. So that means your storyline is based off of the beefs. You really don't have a strong personal storyline.
I could see that. I agree with you. But I don't think that they're smart enough. The way that they sat waiting for Wendy to turn on her and Tia sitting up in her chair, I'm looking too. Yeah.
The only way that could make next season pop, and I know the girls really don't want to hear me say this, if they bring Candace back.
With Monique?
With Monique and Karen and Jazelle and Wendy. Maybe it'll be fireworks.
We have a cast of people who really just don't like each other. You would have an entire cast of people who hate each other. Not one real friend on the.
But the thing is, you would have Candace, who's loyal to Karen. She's a friend to Wendy.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have you have Wendy, who hangs out with Monique. She said that on the reunion. But now Candace is back in the fold, but she beefing with Karen. I think it would be a good TV. But the girl's not really ready for Candace, though.
I will say this at the very end. I really enjoyed Stacey saying she ain't changing a goddamn thing about herself. I thought that was funny. But I felt like for Wendy to only address Monique as somebody who had her back or give props to, I'm like, this woman is literally telling you that Ashley does not see it for you. So you could have a moment at the reunion and you don't think Stacey had your back. I didn't like that.
So you a Stacey fan?
No. Stacey's definitely a liar. She definitely lies her way through. But I feel like her lies don't affect people. I think that they're jealous that people like her.
But I think the lies do affect people because they're affecting your friendships.
Well, what are you supposed to do if you're saying you're not giving this man this information, and now Monique, the one who accused you and put their kid out there, is also saying it? I was wrong. What are you supposed to do?
I mean, but Stacey lied on people too. She lied on Tia.
What did she say about Tia?
Huh?
What did she lie on Tia about?
When she said that, when Tia said that she told me she was going out of town, and when Wendy called her on the phone, she said that, oh, he just got back in town today. And then she told Tia, I never told you I was coming to the dinner. And Tia said, yes, you did. I don't know if Tia said, yes, you did, but you did. She lied.
I mean, that's okay.
She lied.
I do think she's a liar. I think she just doesn't want to do shit, and so she just makes it up. Did y'all see where Ashley came out and said that the only reason that she actually even mentioned sleeping with Charisse's son is because Charisse is having dire financial situations?
I saw that. I didn't watch the clip, but I saw the headline, and I said, oh my God. I kind of believe Ashley low-key. I hate to say it.
Well, Charisse, she doesn't get child support anymore. She doesn't work. She had to sell her home. She was living like at her means when her husband was like a major coach. But
Ashley ain't shit. But a part of me does believe, I know the girl's about to roll their eyes. A part of me does believe that the storyline about Charisse was to give also Ashley something to talk about. But I can also see, because we're not going to act like Charisse did after that storyline broke. Charisse been floating around here. What's she on the Tamron Hall show?
She did Carlos for sure.
Because she did Carlos King. Like, now all of a sudden, girl, you floating around town and everything is about this woman sleeping with your son. And the truth of the matter is you didn't really have the smoke for Ashley when she sat your ass down at that table and told you face to face. It was a different tune. If we're going to be honest, it was a different tune after people started dragging Charisse and her response on social media. Then she kind of, but girl, you really didn't have that energy with Ashley when she was telling you to your face.
But you didn't tell me that you fucked them either, though.
But I shouldn't have to tell you that. I told you enough for you to cuss me out. I sat at the table on TV and said, what if I... And then she said, what if it was more? She said that to Charisse.
She did say that. What is a little more? But I'm thinking you talking about sucking a little... did she probably...
Nah, baby, we grown. We know what if it was more means.
I don't know, baby.
Okay, here we go.
You think Ashley...
All I'm saying is I think that Charisse...
We was backstage.
I'm about to go.
Ashley ain't raised. Charisse. Ashley ain't raised, so she probably do something.
Now she grew up. She wasn't raised. All I'm saying is I could see
she was dragged up. She was dragged up
by her mama in that white man. Listen, all I'm saying is I could see Charisse being a part of the storyline.
No, she pimps her son out for sure.
Because it is giving pimp your son out for season 11. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to say Ashley wouldn't have got popped. But I'm also not saying that Ashley, and ain't some truth in what Ashley's saying.
I can see Charisse being broke.
I can see her being broke too, because I started thinking, what does Charisse do for work?
Well, that's the thing. That's what I was saying about Karen and all of them. They are one season away from being Charisse. If they are solely relying on these checks, you've not come out with anything that's going to make you money outside of the show. What are you going to do? And maybe Ashley will do okay because she's getting child support. But she has nothing else on.
Also, Ashley will be okay because Ashley, unlike a lot of the other girls, she just like Jazelle, she don't spend her money.
Yeah.
Ashley, Ashley was never the girl to walk around here with YSL bags and Chanel bags and Louis Vuitton and Prada and Louis and Gucci.
She does now.
Yeah, she's starting to do it
now she stepped up her fashions, but we still don't know the cost of the fashions. Because as far as I'm concerned, you probably got that shit from Fashion Nova and just got it tailored to your body.
Republican senators and Congress people.
So Ashley probably, I will say, I think Ashley probably is one of the smart ones with her coin.
I think Ashley's gonna find another old wealthy white man. She said she wanted to be a sugar baby. She's telegraphing it.
She did say that.
So,
she is. Ashley gonna be okay.
Yeah, she'll be fine. But the rest of them, Raylan already said he wants to buy an apartment and move to Florida.
And Ray don't have no money.
And Karen is over there renting a $10,000 a month.
And she needs to move
home in Potomac. So that she can say, I'm the only one in Potomac.
So she can say, I think that is so whack. See, I don't want to drag the girls because I get it. They're on the show, so they want to give the illusion of I'm one of the girls. But it's sometimes I do kind of look at them sideways when it's like a bit of me, a small, when I say a small part of me has a tad bit of respect for like the Giselles and Ashleys.
And Candy, who lives at her means.
And right. Like they don't really try to do. It's kind of like, girl, either y'all gonna take me out. Even though we are supposed to be watching the girls live these fabulous lives, like the fact of the matter is, Ashley ain't never gave a damn. And I'm probably over here stacking my coin, and I've been walking around here with Ross Dress for Less dresses on.
I can see.
And so if I lose this job tomorrow, girl, I've been saving my money. I've been saving my paychecks anyways, as much as I could. So I'm gonna be all right.
I can see
and
that.
And I got the child support from this man, and I'm still young enough and pretty enough to go get another rich white man somewhere in DC. So Ashley gonna be okay at the end of the day.
I think Jazelle is gonna marry some old man as soon as she's off the show.
I can see that.
Yeah,
I definitely can see that. I can see Jazelle leaving the show and dating someone and getting married, and she good.
I think if Wendy was not with Eddie, I could see Wendy turning into a Quad, a Angel Love, what's her name? Yandy, a Portia, just taking a whole bunch of trips to Nigeria, just taking a whole bunch of trips to. I could see her because she has the body now. She's not Wendy from season 1. I could definitely
Wendy from season 1.
I'm just saying, like I'm just saying she would be one of those girls in a heartbeat if she's not with Eddie. She would probably find some very, very, very wealthy Nigerian man like everybody in Atlanta. Except for Mia, who got with a man who likes transsexual women.
I want Mia to come back.
Me too.
So she can drag Karen. She's the only one that will be up for the task. I've been trying to tell y'all that Karen gets off scot-free. How long I've been saying Karen gets off scot-free? Tonight was an indication that them girls bow down to the queen.
Mia had a dynamic.
Wait, y'all will not talk about Wendy has a body. Wendy looks good.
What's good? Mia had a phenomenal season last season, except for the reunion. She walked up on Karen and told Karen, "Girl, I heard you've been talking shit, and you the last bitch that should be talking shit about anybody." Right? She called Clay Glass. She said, "All right, Glass," and made the glass sound about her getting hit upside the head. She called Giselle daughter some whores. They were sneaking niggas into the room. She had a good season last season.
I'm gonna say it. I'm not gonna take it back. Mia should have went to that reunion, crossed her legs, and stood on big business.
Yes, she should have.
Because, girl, you been a gutter snipe this whole season. You supposed to finish. You been a gutter snipe this whole season. Girl, you supposed to get to the reunion and, girl, stand in it. What Mia messed up is she showed me that, girl, you really ain't that girl, is when she walked out of that building. I was like, oh, girl.
I think that she thought it was a moment.
Really, really, really quick.
I'm sorry.
No. We got this one's important. She said, I don't know if this is I don't know your gender. In the midst of all the craziness going on in the world, you guys keep me smiling. # active duty Navy.
Oh, thank you.
Dope and awesome. And thank you for your service. And we oftentimes forget, like, the people in the military can be called like that.
Right.
And they really are in the line of fire. So thank you so much for
your service. Thank you for your services.
Thank you for your service.
And this messy, trashy channel could give you some some smiles.
Okay.
Member for 28 months. Thank you, Julian. Love you, Rodney, but no, Tia can go far, far away. Stacey can stay. No, Rodney might curse you out, Julian.
I like Stacey. I like Tia too.
And what's up, Miss D Green and Robin too? Truth be told, she's invested. Are we talking about going up against Karen? Because Robin did have her moments with Karen.
The thing with Robin is Robin can't handle. Like, I need a girl who can go toe to toe with Karen.
What is Gabor's favorite? You the dizziest bitch at this table, Robin.
I saw in the trailer. I knew she was talking about Karen. I mean, Robin.
Y'all, okay. We've been on here for 2.5 hours. Rodney, when are you doing your review?
I'm gonna go live tomorrow. I don't know. Either I'm gonna go live tomorrow, or either I'm gonna do it tonight and have it posted later tonight. But I might just go live tomorrow. I don't know, Chad. Don't give me one.
Gabor.
But I already did my review.
What are you doing tomorrow?
Married to Medicine.
Okay. Well, guys, we gotta go. Thank you so much for participating. Like I said, all super chats will be split evenly. Thank you guys for the very generous super chats. Again, we'll definitely be thinking of you. We hope that after this weekend, the world is on fire. But
Suez Canal is a woman.
Oh,
can I say something?
Mm-hmm.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what, y'all? I just changed my mind. I might be going live in 30 minutes.
What happened? Oh, something happened. Okay, something.
Not with my Potomac review, so I can get it out of the way since I'm a little energized.
Okay, y'all. Let me know. DM me if this nigga curses me out or says something negative about me. Because
I am. Hello. Straight y'all, like that.
Y'all, let me know what this nigga is saying about me.
Okay.
Okay, so Rodney will be live in about 30 minutes. For everybody else, thank you for being here. And I will ask them periodically more often to come and see if we can do this. Y'all have a good night.
Good night.
Good night, y'all.
Don't curse me out because they're going to let me know.
Okay.